What's up, everybody? How you doing? As always, I'm gonna give about 3 minutes for everybody to get up in here. Welcome to a Q&A Sunday. Welcome to Savings Minus Debt. Thank you for being part of the Savings Minus Debt family. I will introduce myself as soon as 3 minutes go by, and then we'll get started. Welcome, welcome. Get my notes ready. Hope the title catches people. Be nice. Get up in here. Let's see. Let's make sure it's even going out, because I usually see people in here a little bit faster than that. It is very different today. Why is it different? What's up, Amina? Hello. Welcome. What's up, NC Biggs? Get up in here. Took a minute for people to populate for a second there. I was like, uh-oh. What's up, Jonathan? Welcome. Oh, from the Bronx, NYC. Well, I keep forgetting I'm not in Seattle anymore. Now I'm in South Carolina, so you're not that far from me anymore. I'm in East Coast time zone now. I'm ahead of everybody. That's so funny. I had to break that because I used to call people back home, totally forgetting I was 3 hours ahead of them. Get up in here. And as soon as the 3 minute mark hits, we're going to start. I'm going to introduce myself and tell you a little bit about what are Q&A Sundays, okay? Even though there's always a topic in the name. What's up, Reigning Woman? Welcome. Gabriel, Joseph, what's going on? Pastor Linnell. You be killing me with that, Reigning Woman, Pastor Linnell. I know, right? That's funny. No religion preaching up in here, so I'm definitely a different kind of pastor, for real. All right, we got about 30 more seconds, and we're going to get started. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for being part of the SMD family. Much appreciated, especially during times like these. What's a wild time right now? You guys see the title, right? You see the title? It's the perfect storm. You know, today, it's the perfect storm. Anyway, welcome. Thank you for choosing to watch my channel today. I much appreciate it. My name is LJ Young, and I am a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is where I lived for the first 40 years of my life. I believe in credit scores, financing everything that goes down in value, and still living paycheck to paycheck. No matter how much money I made, and I made 6 figures, and I was still living paycheck to paycheck, right? Until one day I woke up, started trusting mathematics, and then my whole life changed. All I used was the math that I learned in grade school, and I became financially free. It was really that. I mean, it's that simple when you put it down on paper, but doing it is a long process because you got to mentally prepare yourself to pay back. I had to mentally prepare myself to pay back every single dime I had in debt. And that was but even that part was part of the process. The actual pain of paying back every penny I owed. So that's part of the process. So now that I have that pain of paying that all back, there will never be an emergency for me to finance a car, right? I will never need an emergency vacation or emergency something when I don't have money. I'll just never do it, right? So once I discovered that, I became free. And then what I do is help other people out of the debt matrix by exposing the glitches in the debt matrix. And the glitches in the debt matrix are things that don't make mathematical sense, but yet people keep doing them, right? So I'll give you a couple examples. People call themselves homeowners with 30-year mortgages. People finance cars and they believe they got it on sale. See, things like that don't. And and for example, like when people are in debt, money in any form doesn't even exist for them, right? It just doesn't exist. They believe it exists, but it doesn't exist. Like if you go $2,000 minus their, say like their student loan debt, right? It'll be negative 48,000. Okay, $2,000 worth of gold is still minus their student loan debt of 50,000 will still be negative 48,000. See, so it doesn't matter what, but people in debt can't see that, right? It really doesn't exist. But anyway, I show people with mathematics. Now the glitch for people in debt, this will be hard. They will see the math, but still not believe they're in debt. I will say, is the math right? They will say, yes. Do you believe you're in debt? They will say, no, that's the glitch. Even though the math is showing them, they still don't believe it, even though it's true. Cognitive dissonance. That's what they call it. Cognitive dissonance. Okay, just, and that was me. I'm not really even putting people down in debt. I'm not. When I was in the debt matrix and I lived there, I just didn't trust mathematics. So people in debt, they're in debt by choice. They're not the majority. Let me not say everybody. The majority of people are in debt by choice because they don't trust mathematics, and that's just simple thing. All right. Anyway, today's Q&A Sundays are about you guys. Questions of me, questions of other people, maybe other people in the SMD family, especially you see the ones with the badges right there. They're in the SMD members only group, right? You can see certain people here. So you could ask definitely those people questions, right? That's why they're paying to be over there, because we talk about specific things a certain way in a whole different language, right? When you come over to basically you come into the members only, you're basically saying, I trust mathematics when it comes to my finances. So usually everybody in that group will think the same thing. So when you ask questions, they will answer them. So they're in here in this room. I'm not saying that I have all the answers, because the base is math, right? So you come in that room, members only room, right there off the bat, you're basically saying, I trust mathematics. And then it's not really levels, it's pieces, right? When you're in debt, you think you have to level up on somebody, keep leveling up, get better than that person, get better than that person. No, when you come on this side, north side of zero, which the members only room is called, life north of zero, right? There's pieces. You start with the basics of math, and then there's people that have pieces that can be part of your piece, and vice versa. They show you something, you automatically show them something because it's mathematically correct. So that's how it works, right? So any questions? I put up a topic because I like to keep it going. If there's not really questions in there, oh, let me put this in here just in case. If you want to get on and ask me a question, you can, or ask the room a question. It's totally up to you. All right. This is about you. And even if you disagree with me, you can come in here and ask me and say, hey, LJ, I don't agree with you on this or that or whatever. Right. But remember, I'm only going to, and if you do it respectfully, I'll just return. But remember, my answers will always be mathematically. I will always respond mathematically. Okay. All right. So any questions? So I'm gonna start talking, but you guys can interrupt when you want. Come on, I'll see you pop in if you're trying to come in online and ask or say something of me or the room or whatever, right? And then I'll be reading the comments in the middle of it, okay? Even if you guys got questions you want in the comment, I'll just put it up on and then I'll ask her. Either way, it's totally about you guys. All right, so as we wait, I'm going to talk about the topic that I put in here. Okay, you guys see it, right? Now, being out of debt, I look at the world of finances a totally different way. Until I don't look at the stock market. I don't look at what stocks are doing the best. I just watch people. I always say to myself now, what would the majority do? That's the only thing I ask myself. What would the majority do? And if the majority do something, I will base my financial decision on that decision of what the majority would do in any particular situation, anything. NC Big says, my question isn't this situation going to make the economy worse? This is about to be the worst worldwide economy ever seen before in history. This will never happen again. Any of us in this room, what we're seeing right now, we'll never see it again. And it hasn't even started yet. It hasn't even started. Now, here's a good situation of what I say when I watch people. I always say to myself, what would the majority do? Now, with these, right now, we're in the middle of a pandemic, of a virus out there that will kill you, that will kill your children, that will kill your parents, your grandparents. We're in the middle of a worldwide unseen ever before. I said world, not United States. I said world. Now, on top of that, there's a death. Regardless of the reason why, who did it, whatever, right? I'm not even, take your feelings. This is what I do. I take my feelings out of it so I can see it. We got a death. We got protesters tearing up shit. Now they've moved on to beating up police, taking their cars and their horses. I've seen the videos. And then I think to myself, I have to think to myself like this. How long did those people believe that that's going to be allowed to go on? How long do they believe that's going to go on? They're given the exact perfect storm. This is the exact perfect storm for the president to call martial law. Killer virus, never seen before, and it's worldwide. Nobody's paying attention to any of the social distancing rules. None. Zero. You can't. Those protesters can't do that. Besides that, people are back in restaurants. They're packed in every place. No social distancing. Nobody's following the rules. Businesses are not even following the rules. Okay, that's another reason. Hey, martial law. You guys, we told you the rules, right? Yeah, you're not following them. Oh, F you, this and that. Oh, okay. Really? F us? The people in charge? F us. Oh, okay. All right. That's like all people got to do is break down the hierarchy. Come all the way down as a kid. When your parents said, hey, these are your chores. Clean your room, vacuum the floor. I've never turned to my parents and said, hey, F you, you can't tell me what to do. You can't, I'll do whatever I want. I never did that before, ever, to my parents, ever. I've never done that because I knew what would happen. Now let's go back up the social hierarchy. I don't care how you feel about it. It's there. It's there. This is the perfect storm for martial law. Perfect. On top of that, a worldwide economic crash is coming. People ask me that too. Hey, Linnell, how you know that? I watch people. Millions of jobs have been cut out. Millions of people are unemployed. They don't even have jobs to work to even pay their mortgage. So that's millions of people that are going into foreclosure, businesses closing, car repossessions, and every repossession you can think of. That sounds logical to me. They keep doing, oh, you're beating up cops now? You're burning down. First, you're starting with your own city. You're burning down your city. Soon as they start moving uptown, oh, that nonsense is going to stop immediately. Believe that. Try this. Hey, forget the towns. Why don't you, if you're mad at the president, go straight to the president. Try to do that. No, you won't. No, you won't. You wouldn't even come close to doing that. Go try to burn down the White House and see what happens. Even thinking about that, that would never happen, ever. I promise you that. You will never see that in history. because there's a hierarchy, period. This is what I see. I'm not, hey, it looks logical to me. People breaking in stores, stealing billionaire stuff. They're stealing their stuff. Hey, they ain't worried about that. It's insured. We're just going to put that cost back into the price of our goods. You are going to pay for that, not us. Wow, look at them tear up the police cars. Hey, you know those are city owned, right? You are going to pay for those cars. They're burning their own cars. When you see people smash out the windows of a police car, you might as well pick up that same brick that you just put through the police car windshield, go home and go to your car and put it in your windshield, because that's what you paid for. You paid for that. Gabriel says, I kind of explained that right now, Gabriel. You and NC Big's question is kind of the same right there. It's just, you're welcome, Queen of the South. Now, I'm just talking, all questions, put them up here, jump in if you want. It's totally up to you. We're going to go as long as you guys want. Rainy Woman says, the only thing that could worsen the situation is a war on top of all this. A civil war, you mean? Sounds possible to me. If it gets even any worse, you think, check this out. You think, okay, first of all, and remember, my feelings are not in it. I'm just saying something, okay? And I want you guys to follow me closely. The police killed a man in front of cameras. No, he didn't think the cameras were there. He knew they were there, but he still did it. Okay. And the guys that are the other guys protecting him or whatever, the police officers, whatever, right? They know there's cameras there too, but yet they still do it. Now it takes protesters to get the first man arrested. And then they go, hey, we want all three. We want all three, or else we're going to keep tearing up shit. Oh, really? Now you think if they decide, and now mind you, I'm not, my opinion is not in the situation. I'm telling you an outside situation, what I see. If they said, oh, okay, all right, okay, we're going to go ahead and arrest all three of them and charge them with first-degree murder, will you guys stop tearing up shit then? Will you guys please stop? No, that would never happen. No, sir. If they did that, that kind of behavior would never stop. National Guard. You see the National Guard already here. People act like, you know what's so crazy? People act like they really can't stop protesters. They can stop protesters. They can. Would it be constitutionally correct? Absolutely not. What? And this is what I don't get. This is what I don't get. A virus comes, they can break the Constitution and say, you guys got to stay home. Right? They did it. They did it right in the face. Hey, that's not constitutionally correct, but you did it anyway, right? Why don't you think they can stop protesters? That makes absolutely no sense to me. That makes no sense to me. What's breaking in Target, stealing clothes and stuff? What that got to do with it? Nothing. You know what it's going to be? You know what it's going to be used for? That's why we're declaring martial law. Why? Looting. We're declaring martial law because of looting, death. There's a worldwide pandemic. What else? Just giving them all the ammunition to where nobody can say nothing when it's declared. You can't say anything. What's up, your Wills? Gabriel says they will whoop your ass. Jonathan says you have great information. Appreciate it, Jonathan. ATL says the National Guard is here in Atlanta and is getting ready to kill these fools that are rioting. Martial law is coming. Let's see how these thugs handle the Gatling gun. They will never. Nobody. I would never do that. Hey, they're the National Guard. They can't. Yes, they can. There's not a gang in the world that's going to be able to stop that gang. Not a gang in the United States of America is not going to stop that gang. There are people in charge. It's like this. Think about it this way. You could have the biggest, baddest dude in the city, but he's still worried about somebody. He's worried about, hey, if this happens, this person snitches, I'm going to prison. That means there's somebody above you that says, hey, you can't do that. I will spank you if you do that. There's always somebody like that. People say, oh, man, what are you going to do, LJ? Do you think we should cower down? I'm not saying any of that. I'm just telling you what is. I'm not telling you how I feel about it. I'm telling you what is. It's really, I mean, if people ran out of money and they knew they could go, if they went to rob a bank and got caught and they would just get a ticket, how many people you think will be robbing banks? Businesses are about to open, then people are destroying it. Now we're going. And you know what's so funny? I'm glad you brought that up, B-Flow. Imagine this. Imagine a person that just got their SBA loan to save their business. And I'm sure there were many in that little area that just got burned up, right? Now they already took the money and spent it. Now their business is done. Now they needed money to stay open regularly. Now, mind you, this is in the middle of a worldwide killer pandemic. Okay, worldwide, never seen before. Any of you guys in this room, like we're talking about, none of us will never see what's happening like this again. We'll be long dead before this happens again. This can only happen every 50 years only. Would you think they're going to give that money? It's spent. And even if they still have some of that money, what do you think they're going to do with it? They're going to keep it to survive. Now they owe an SBA loan on a business that no longer existed because they needed the loan to keep it to survive. Now it cannot exist. Here we are just getting back into the economy. Then the people burn down the available jobs, the few available jobs available to them. Jobs gone. You think Target really cares about that Target that got burned down? Caring about that building would be a feeling. That is business. Oh, you burned down our store? Oh, okay. You burned down all the product? All right. They just called the insurance company and say, hey, look what the protesters did. Pay us. You better believe that was in our insurance policy. Protesters, you better believe it. Think about it this way. If you had a business downtown, where's the first place protesters go? Downtown, start tearing up, busting up windows and stuff. You better believe I'm having protester insurance or whatever it's called, because I follow the people. Imagine how many people are now going to owe a loan plus all them taxes associated with it. And check this out. Now, these businesses are owned by people like you and me. Like you and me. Not all of them were the $1 billion people. They're not. Don't believe that. Now, first, protesters go tearing up their stuff, and then they keep doing it and keep doing it. And then what do you think check this out. What do you think the other business owners that have their own business that got this money that want to survive, you think they're going to allow some people to come and take food out of their mouth? They're going to be like, oh, okay, I got your point. We saw it down there. Oh, you trying to come over here? Oh, no. Civil war. Now, if the president let that happen, which will never happen. If I was the president, I would never let that happen. Oh, that's getting out of control. Stop that. But first, I'm gonna let you guys give me a reason to do what I'm about to do to you. That's how I would think if I was the president. I'd be like, oh, okay. All right, let me, because when I do this, I'm gonna show you why I did it. death, killer, worldwide killer virus. You're beating up the police. Next, you'll just be walking in banks taking money because the police are scared. No, we can't do that. No, no. It's time to get spanked. Believe that. Jonathan says, I'm saving my cash until next year. Good decision, Jonathan. Save your cash. Don't spend nothing. I thought at first I had an idea where this was going until that started happening. Protests, then the freeways, and then tearing up shit in other cities. I'm like, oh boy. Put the brakes on. Put the brakes on. Put the brakes on. Follow the majority. What would the majority do? They will keep doing that until they are stopped. That's how I think. They're going to keep doing that until they stop them. They think, especially when I watch the videos, you see all these young kids jumping in the store, stealing stuff right on camera. Some of those kids don't even have masks on. They don't even have masks. Now, you know what's going to happen to some of those kids? They're going to grow out of they're going to grow out of that mentality state they were in when they were jumping in, breaking the stores. And then when they become, they're going to change and might become a popular person, become a big time lawyer, a big time senator or whatever. They might go, but then somebody's going to find that picture of them taking a shirt out of Target back in 2020. Is that you? Yeah, you can't be this. Why not? You stole a shirt back in 2020. You see these kids bragging on camera. Yeah, they can't get this. I'm like, oh, and your face is right on TV. You have no idea what you're doing. You think you're going to be that age forever. Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. I hope you're not planning up growing up to be somebody, because now you're not. Because the bigger you get, they're going to pick you apart. They're going to pick you apart. Counts on who you're trying to be. Sorry, you guys. You guys are really participating. I appreciate it. I'm trying to catch up here. Nicer says, we already had the first drone strike on U.S. soil when they blew up the Dallas police shooter few back. Nothing in history is going to compare to this. Nothing. Joseph says, what's the thing they don't get, LJ? You're destroying the things we'll pay for taxes. They don't understand that. You're right. People in debt, they don't understand. Who do you think's paying for that? You. You're going to pay for everything you burn, steal, break. You're paying for it all. Police cars. Woo, I see them jumping on top of police cars. You might as well, like I said, get off that police car, go find your car and jump on the hood of your car because it's your car. And let me tell you something. You guys pay that, not me. You. People in debt pay for that stuff. People with money, we don't pay for that stuff. You pay for that stuff. Quentin Cameron says 36 plus million are unemployed, 8 weeks until unemployment benefits come to an end. This is my opinion, okay? The HEROES Act, I'm not sure if that got totally shot down or not, but there has to be. Let me see. If they declare martial law, it wouldn't have to worry about it. You wouldn't have to worry about doing another round of stimulus checks. I don't know. I have no idea where this is going. There's two things. When the money runs out, something has to happen before that money runs out, because do you see how the world is right now? That's with, now remember, that is with the little chump change of the $1,200. That's with that money. What's going to happen when that money runs out? What's going to happen? You see you see what's happening right now. Right now. All they got to do is say in the news that there's a second wave. This is martial law. All they got to do is put in the news that there's a second wave. There's death. There's chaos. They're tearing, burning up shit, beating up police. I guarantee you I'm over all the criteria of declaring martial law. I guarantee you I'm already over it. Guaranteed. Just the number one, you could just use the killer virus, period. You really don't even have to use the others. The other ones are just the sprinkles on top of the cake. The virus is good enough. You see protesters following social distancing guidelines? Hell no, they're not. You can't control us. Yes, we can. You think we can't, but we can. We left it to your local. There's a hierarchy. You guys got to remember this. First, they leave it to the local police. Hey, can you guys handle your shit? It doesn't look like it. Okay, we're going to come in and take over. We'll stop it. Oh, there is no doubt about it. We'll stop it. Randy says that V-shaped recovery that Trump is banking on is a pipe dream. I'm not sure what that is. V-shaped recovery. I haven't heard about that. I don't know what that is. Gotta look that up. Billy Flo says, you pay for everything. This economy does not look like it will be normal again. It will need a big fix. I don't think so much as a fix, B-Flow. It's this is a new economy. Okay, it's brand new. And what people don't, what people in debt don't see right now, I keep telling them, you better come see me. Not saying it like I'm bragging or something. I'm telling you, I can get you ready for this new economy. All you got to do is be at zero. If you're at zero, by the time 2021 come, you're going to be rich. It's the brand new economy. Look at it as this way. Look at it this way. Back in 2008, I believe it was, they did a reform of the tax system. That's something they haven't did in 50 years. I want you guys to see the bigger connection. They did a major overhaul of the tax system back in 08 or 9 or whatever. I'm sure somewhere around there, right? Now, people in debt really didn't understand what that meant, but that was huge. That was huge. Now, they need the tax system to match. Now, this new tax system doesn't match the old economy. It just doesn't make sense together. But when the new one comes, the new economy, which has already have been created, it's here. It's here. You just, whether you want to believe it or not, it's totally up to you, but it's here. Now this tax system matches the new economy. Now, if you ever want to see these two together work in harmony, you must get to zero first. We're in the middle of a pandemic. If you thought you could borrow your way out of debt before this, you're going to realize that you've been borrowing and you're never going to be able to do it ever. Gabriel says, what do you think exactly will happen after the unemployment runs out? That I don't know. My personal belief, Gabriel, I don't think they'll let it get that far because that would be very bad. That would be not good. Especially the climate right now. Check this out. You guys see the world. You see forget the world. United States for a second. United States right now. Look at the situation they're in. That's before the unemployment runs out. I'm gonna say that one more time. You see the way the United States is right now? That is before the unemployment runs out. And think of all those people that the business is burned down, right? That don't even qualify for unemployment. That's going to stop. Because let me tell you something. Everything runs on everything. If the workers, the slaves, the people in debt are unable to work, nothing can be produced. Whose bottom line do you think that affects? The rich people, the billionaire. Hey, you know, oh no, can't have that. It's all connected. It's all connected. It's all connected. B-Flow says there are given orders whenever it is implied no limits. There's a limit to everything. Joseph says they've been doing that, justifying taking people's rights. They've been doing that for years, man. I keep telling you guys this. Go watch this guy called I watch a lot of audits. They audit police. All you gotta do is go watch these guys. Just type it in Google. I mean, type it in YouTube. Audits, police audits, whatever. It'll come up, right? And then you'll see these guys do things that they can legally do, right? And then once you watch and realize, wow, forget about what they're doing, right? They're doing what they can legally do, but they're being stopped by the police. Now, I'm not saying all police. I'm just saying bad police or non-informed. It's not even a thing about bad police. It's like they've been doing something so long that they were probably taught to do this. Hey, you can just walk up to anybody and ask for their ID. You can just say, hey, give me your ID. Because why? Because I said so. You know, you can't, there's a law. You have to be in the commission of a crime to do that. You got to be doing a crime, about to do a crime or whatever, right? You can't just come up. We're not in Nazi Germany. I didn't know that. But these guys showed me that. I'm like, wow. And then I go back and I watch Live PD, and then they do it right in your face. They do it all day on Live PD. They be doing things that they cannot legally do. It's crazy to watch. It's crazy to watch. It's not even, how can I put it? Because when you do that, you lump everybody in there. No, there's people that understand, like, hey, this is the law. We can't do that to people. There's cops out there like that, of course. But you got to remember, it's like this. Put it this way. You could have a video with about 100 positive comments, and then one person comes in with a negative comment. The majority of people focus on the negative comment. You can't stop and say, hey, man, you know you got 99 positive comments. Why are you focusing on that one back? That's just what people do. Same thing. Nice says, it's mostly out-of-town agitators and infiltrators tearing up the Twin Cities. St. Paul mayor even said all those they arrested in St. Paul were from out of state. Now, I want you guys to think about that. Think about that. People come from out of state to come tear up other small businesses shit. That will not be allowed. That is 100% pure ignorance. You take a trip to come into a city to tear it up. That's pure ignorance. That's not tolerated. You can't tolerate that kind of stuff. It'll spread. It'll spread. Oh, then one person will do it. Then the next person will do it. Hey, man, let's go downtown, man. I heard they're going to break into Nordstrom's. I heard they're going to break into. Okay. All right. That's enough. Shout out to Nicer for the $10 super chat. Much love to the SMD family. Hey, felt good doing what we did for you yesterday, Nicer. That was nice. Giving is a wonderful thing. Man, that's an awesome feeling. Trust me, it is. It's a wonderful feeling. Dave Bourne says, those areas will never come back to life. It takes a lot of investment to rebuild that area. Investors will stay out because of risk. The area will become an economic desert for a long time. And you know, when I was watching that video because I'm from out of town. I didn't know what area that was. I just, hey, it's Minnesota. If you don't live there, you don't really know what part of town they're talking about. So you know what I did? I just looked at the stores that were being tore up. I saw check cashing places, title loan places. You could see all these places. Where are those places at? In the areas where people have no money. Liquor stores, pawn shops. Not only are they hurting themselves, they're paying for it. They're paying for burning down their own area. They're paying for it. They're cheering burning down the police station. Who do you think owns that? Who do you think is going to pay for it to be rebuilt? Now to get a brand new one. I have no idea the age of that police station, but now they get a brand new one paid by who? The taxpayers. You see people cheering at the building burning down. What, you cheering that you're going to buy a new one? What would you? Are you cheering that that's going to be the new spot of the new building? What are you cheering for? You know that's, you want to go, you know that's city owned, right? Who's the city? Us. What's up, Dave Sincere? Nice says infiltrators trying to make us look bad out here, but people are showing our strong community ties, donating to organizations, burn down and giving out food and water. That's going to be very limited, especially in a pandemic. These are not regular times. It's not like this is regular times. Protesters came out, not saying one is better over the other. Somebody get killed. Protesters come out, start turning up. Okay, no pandemic, no nothing that. Everybody still has a job. They burn down, go back to work, whatever, right? First of all, there's no jobs now. Then you burning down the few jobs available. In the middle of a never seen before worldwide pandemic with an economic crash around the corner. All because you're mad? That makes no sense to me. What about food? How are you going to eat? Yeah, you got to have some place to live. Well, yeah, if you ain't got no money, where are you going to live? Some of these people are allowing ignorant outsiders to influence their behavior. It's all the choice. Those people that do stuff like that, they don't influence me. It doesn't influence me I'm not saying you, Dave, but it doesn't influence me to go break into Target and steal. You're risking changing your whole life for a shirt? These fools rolling out TVs with no mask on. It's these young people too. When they change their behavior and become 30 or 40 and they're looking for this job, and then they pull up that picture of them rolling a TV out during the work. Check this out. Not even a regular time. During a worldwide killer pandemic, you're stealing a TV. Hell no, you can't work here. Sorry. No. Well, I did that when I was 18. We don't care. You did it. That shows that it's the possibility in you to do it. No, thank you. People out here risking their freedom just for some free shit. Once they get a record, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. What's up, Jewel? What's going on? Dave Sincere says, yes, 8 weeks until the $600 week comes to an end. Dave Sincere says regular unemployment goes for 39 weeks. Nicer says, I brought up the drone strike to say the military could blow stuff up here like they've been doing in the Middle East. Yeah, I mean, I don't believe it'll get that far. but I see them having no limits to stop it. I mean, you start tearing up people's livelihood to live, that's a different problem, right? You'll have civil war, people fighting against other people in the same country, trying to protect other people from tearing up their stuff, because if they tear up their stuff, now they're out of everything. Now you're taking food out of their mouths. They're not going to have that. There's people, oh no, I'm not having that. Especially a small business, somebody put their hard work into a business. And only people that know, that actually do it, understand what that means, right? They put the hard work in the business. You think you're just going to come and burn it down because you're mad? No. Oh, you got insurance? What did you say? No. Dave Sincere says, the government think people can survive as they are now without extra stimulus, which is why they're not rushing to sign the act. The government thinks people can survive as they are now without, well, they're not surviving right now. No, because they're still on the stimulus money right now. It's still circulating. It's still happening. People, you got to remember, there's scammers. There's all of it. People that they're all in one pot. People in debt really don't understand that. Because a financial scammer couldn't scam me, because a scammer's thing will never make mathematical sense. And if it doesn't make mathematical sense, it doesn't make financial sense either. In order to scam you, it would have to not make mathematical sense in order to steal money from you. You understand? So they only attack people in the middle of this fear, that believe that this scam will get them out quickly, right? That they make money, that makes money. People stealing. They're going to steal stuff, sell it on eBay. It's all money, but you got to remember, it's all going to run out. They don't know that yet. They don't, because if you steal stuff and nobody got no money to buy it from you, the stuff you have is worthless. It's worthless. Once people run out of money, they're not going to have money to buy from anybody. And then there's going to be stealing, even worse than what, like right now, they're stealing now. They're stealing right now with stimulus money. With stimulus money in circulation. What happens when stimulus and unemployment? What happens when that runs out? You think they're just going to stop stealing? Martial law. Be careful out there. Yes, indeedy. Jules says, yes, it ends in July. Yes, it does. They're already saying, hey, man, I make more money now than I did by working. I ain't going back to work. Yes, you are. Even with people even saying that, oh man, I'm cool. I'm making more money. Right there tells me you're in debt. Because right now you would not care if you're making more money than you made before. That should tell you something. You're making more in unemployment than actually working. A light should go off in their head and say, well, wait a minute. That's not normal. No, it's not. Only for people in debt it is. The logical person say, wait a minute, but this ends in July. What am I going to do after that? You think they're thinking that far? Hell no, they're not thinking that far. Dave Bourne says, I saw a local college commencement yesterday and thought about them coming out into the workforce now. Ooh, man. I don't know. People graduating right now. 1 second here. I don't know. I'm thinking about that. Dave Bourne says it's going to be a U-shaped economy. Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying with the V. Gotcha. I'm with you now. I don't think we bottomed out yet. No, we're not bottomed out yet. Oh, no. No, we're still on the way down. No, I look at it. I don't even look at it as going down, Dave. I look at it as a tsunami that's coming from, I don't know if tsunamis come out that far, that's coming in to hit the land yet. It's huge, but it's way out there in the coast. It's way out there. The hurricane hasn't came in yet. Hurricane it's out in the Pacific Ocean, way out, whatever ocean near you, it doesn't matter because this is worldwide, right? It's coming. You can feel put it this way, Dave, you can feel the wind. You're like, whoa, it's getting kind of breezy out here. No. Actually, you can see this. You can see society right now is windy. Okay, people tearing up stuff. You know, it's like, whoa, but you think it's caused by the people, the protesters. You think the wind is being caused by them. No, it's the hurricane that's way out there right now. It's coming. It's coming fast too. B-Flow says everyone can see America is going corrupt and bankrupt. I don't look at things like that anymore. Bankrupt, corrupt, corruption, whatever. I really don't. I don't look at the world like that. There's corruption when people say corruption, they believe corruption is in the government or it's in your local market. It's in Walmart. It's at your local gas station. It's at the corner store. Hold on for a second. Sorry about that. Okay, Gabriel says, when do you think all this chaos will end? When the president makes it end. That's my prediction. The president's going to stop it. Think about what's happening. Wait, hold on for a second. All right. The president's going to stop it. Queen of South says, when the billionaires lose their billions, America is really in trouble. They won't even let it come that close, Queen of South. Billionaires are billionaires for a reason, right? Once you get out of debt, it's really not hard to predict. All you got to do is follow the majority. That's it. You just got to follow the majority. What would the majority do? Like, for example, this is how I think. If they opened up the NFL today and had games, would the majority go? Yes. Yes, they would. How do I know that? What they're doing now. Oh, excuse me. All right. Oops, shoot. Here we go. Oh, Dave Bourne says, unemployment exploded globally because of the pandemic, not just in America. This is worldwide. Totally worldwide. BLS and Holding just watched looters clearing out whole J.C. Penney's in North Carolina. How long do you think that's going to be allowed? Bring it down to in your house level. If you told your child, hey, stop spilling Kool-Aid on the brand new rug. Don't bring your drink in the living room because you keep spilling on the rug and your kid keeps doing it. What are you going to do? You're going to put a stop to it. Didn't I tell you to stop bringing Kool-Aid in the living room? And the kid turns to, yeah, but I'm going to keep doing it anyway. You're going to be like, what? Oh, okay. Then you're going to put a stop to it. Same thing. Just a bigger house. The house is the United States. Nice, LJ. Facts, LJ. Queen of South says CDC is predicting next wave of pandemic will hit the end of June. No vaccine, no cure. Opening up cities without a clue and a mask. Yeah, martial law. Hey, President, why are you doing martial law? Because of what you guys are doing. Didn't I say there was a killer virus out there? Yeah. Then what are you doing? You guys doing social distancing? No. Why are you burning down those buildings? Oh, we mad. You can't do that. We're going to do it anyway. Oh, okay. Really? Oh, okay. Even though I said not to? Yeah, okay. I told you not to do that, right? Yeah, but you're doing it. You know burning down buildings is against the law, right? Yeah. But you're going to why are you doing it? Because we're mad? Oh, okay. BLS and Holding police officers are allegedly involved in the burning the station. I have no idea. Doesn't even matter. CDC said there will be 20,000 or more COVID-19 cases, blah, 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 in the next 3 weeks. Of course, I believe it. How do I come to that conclusion? Because what people are doing. All you got to do, don't even pay attention to this is what you guys got to do. Don't even pay attention to what the CDC is saying. What are the majority of people are doing? Restaurants are packed, protests are packed, No social distancing, doing anything. Is the second wave coming? Yeah. How do you know that? Because what they're doing. Wait a minute. The businesses was closed down because of the coronavirus. Yeah. Now they're open back up. Yeah. Did the coronavirus go somewhere? Did I miss it? No. Then why are you back? I don't know. It says, I disagree. From a real estate perspective, investors will use this to drive down the price and buy it cheap and rebuild 5 to 10 years. Real estate is looked at in decades, not years. So I believe that. But with Cosmic, they don't have to drive down anything. The people are doing it. The people are driving down everything. Investors right now, all I got to do is just get in the roller coaster, put your seatbelt on, 2 seatbelts and a waist belt, because you're going to go on a ride like never seen before, straight to the top. They're going to be like, man, does this roller coaster ever go down? The guy driving that roller coaster is going to say, nope, not for another 10 years. We're going up. Hang on, strap in. You ready? You ready, Cosmic? I'm ready. You ready? Let's go. That's the sound of the roller coaster going up. Taxpayers are paying for these burnt buildings. They're paying for everything. Jewel says no one is distancing, and so I can see that coming soon. It's coming. It's coming, especially if those areas are in opportunity zones. The whole United States is going to be an opportunity zone, Cosmic. BLS and Holdings. Most government buildings are insured. Some officers will get brand new equipment. They're all insured by the taxpayers. All government and city buildings are insured by the taxpayers. Yes. Davidson Sears says, people completely forgot there's a pandemic still going on. Free Trump's COVID-19 sure does. Jewel says, this has been pure emotional decisions. Pure. Reality Game Design says, National Guard is not just shooting looters. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Hit that like button. Thank you, Nicer. Jewel says, Antifa comes to make all they are an organized group. Oh, okay, that's a group. Comes to make all matters worse. They are an organized group across the U.S. I'm not sure who they are. I haven't heard of them. Quentin Cameron says, question, why is sports really coming back with all this stuff going on? It makes no sense. It makes sense to me. Know why? What would the majority do? This is what you got to stop thinking, Quentin. Wow, that's weird. Why would they do that? You know why? Because you're thinking like a debt-free person. You got to think like this. What would the majority do if they brought back sports right now in the middle of a worldwide pandemic? Would they go? Yes. How do I know this? Protesters, restaurants. Right now, you could see right now, if they opened up the sports arenas, would they be filled? Yes. Go do this. Go to your local restaurant, see that it's packed. Go to your local barbershop, see that it's packed. Go to your local whatever, the malls or whatever, they're packed. Go to the beach, they're packed. It's what the majority would do, period. Dave Bourne says, those people didn't think that far ahead. Now imagine the burning down markets and food places, and now have to go to the 6+ miles out of their area to get food with no means of transportation. Yeah. And guess where they're going? To areas of town that would never allow that protesting stuff to happen. Never. Instead of your own area, pick the rich. They should go take that from there. Not literally, but I'm just saying mentally. Stop burning there. Go to the richest part in your city and see if you would even get close to doing that there. If they even seen you march in that direction, you would be stopped. Cosmic Wizard says, depends on your degree. My company been hiring more people during the pandemic. It counts on what you're doing. When I say jobs, I'm not saying all jobs. I'm not saying that if every single job stopped, yeah, that would definitely, we'd be done. If every job stopped, there would be no grocery stores right now. We couldn't make phone calls You know, we couldn't, there would be no lights. You know what I'm saying? There's jobs that are, and check this out. Anything deemed essential with millions of people out of work, you will always have a person to fill an essential job, always. So the essential things, lights, water, food, stuff like that will always be there, because those are the only few jobs that we'll have, and they can hire, they got millions of people to choose from. Millions. What's up, Andre? Lemon for Life says, good morning, LJ and SMD family. Mitch McConnell already talking of shutting down the $600 for unemployment before July. Womp, womp, womp. This is let me tell you guys something. This is a blessing and a curse at the same time, to know what I know, to see what I can see. When you get out of debt, you can see how it all works. I can see how it all works. Not saying that I know everything. I'm saying my main thing is to watch people. What would the majority do? Are the majority in debt? Yes. Did the majority know absolutely nothing about taxes? Yes. Would they go to football and basketball games and baseball games acting as if there's no pandemic happening right now in the world? Yes. Would they keep buying stuff as if nothing's happening right now? Like, this has never happened. I mean, this will never happen again. Would they go buy a TV when there's a world economic crash coming? Yes. Flu season starts in October. Dave Sincere says, these people who choosing not to work think 2 birds in the bush are worth more than a bird in the hand. Yes, they do. They don't know. Wait till 2021. Limit for Life says, wait till 2021. These places that's looting will be sold dirt cheap, $1 million for a city. And if you're starting out in the real estate game, that's where you go buy a house in cash. Because remember, only God can make more land. Never forget that. Only God can make more land. So whatever it's worth right now, it'll come back one day, someday. It's going to. Only God can make more land. Cosmic says, and when, oh, you're talking down there. Okay. Reality Game Design says, LJ, at a good time to stock up on precious metals, gold, and silver. It counts on if you're in debt or not. If you're not in debt, I would have some gold. I'd have gold. What did I say that was? Because it's just learned that word too. Something that intrinsic, because gold has intrinsic value. Intrinsic. What that means is, say like money disappeared, right? And you wanted to buy something, and say like you went from here to Mexico and you wanted to buy something, right? And there was no money. If you pulled out gold out of your hand, the person in Mexico would accept it because they know what gold is, what gold represents, right? They know they can take that gold from you and they can get something from somebody else without question with gold in their hand. That's intrinsic value. Okay. They won't look at the dollar and say, oh, that dollar's worth this here, but if you exchange it for Canadian, it's worth that. No, gold is gold. Period. Before you take the gold, you probably look up and say, how much is gold worth right now? Oh, okay, cool. All right, cool. Cosmic says, I would say no. Oh, reality game. Okay, all right. B Flow says, it seems every month something major is happening. No one knows the end of 2020 will look like. I'm predicting martial law. That's what it looks like to me. Each time I try to think too far ahead, something else gets thrown in the pot. I'm like, damn, what the? Oh my. But so now I stop doing that. I say, what are the people going to do? If they don't stop the protesters, what are they going to do? They're going to get worse. All you got to do is watch them. They're getting more and more comfortable. Like first the police are holding them off. Little CO2 spray. They're throwing stuff at them. That's already bad enough. It's okay. It's water bottles. Whatever. You get hit in the face with a full water bottle and say, "Oh, that was only a water bottle." Now now I saw a video that the police are inside, people throwing stuff at them, people taking pictures in front of them, F the police. Now they're beating them up. Then once people know they can just beat up officers, what's stopping them from starting to steal? They're not going to get in trouble. Why would they hide their faces to break in a store and steal something? They wouldn't. No police are going to come. That's enough. That's enough. That's coming to a stop. Curfew in Miami, 8 p.m. Look at that. Thank you, Nicer. Cosmic says, you can trade bullets and whiskey. Yeah, you can. You sure can. You're right about that. Queen of South says, LJ, I stopped watching the news 2 months ago. I just observed human activity. I don't even pay attention to news. It's controlled. People are like, oh, that's a theory or whatever. No, it's not. They own it. It's not a big deal. As long as you logically understand that news places are owned by companies, it's not okay. You're going to show what you're told to show. If I own the news station, I have the right to say, hey, you guys work for me. Yeah. All right. I want you to show this, and I don't want you to show that. That's it. Or else you're fired. Andre said it all comes back to taxes. Yes. Everything comes back to taxes. And like what Andre is saying in yesterday's chat, you get out of debt. You can legally never pay taxes again. Legally. And more. There's more than not legally paying taxes? Yes. Yes, there is. Have I reached there? No, I'm not there yet. I will be. Herbert Walker says, get to North of Zero ASAP. Get to North of Zero ASAP. Join my members only group. Let me put that in there. Let me put that link in there 1 second. Because I'm always tripping and not getting the link before the show. Oh, crap. There we go. Here's the link to join the members only YouTube group. Okay. Shout out to Life for a Business for the $5 super chat. You must your own infrastructure, get out of debt, and not rely on companies to make a living. None of those rioters are financially independent. I agree. I can't say all of them, but of course, you gotta, before you go into business, you must grow the business of yourself. If you're in debt, you're in debt of the business of yourself. You're bankrupt. You're not even functioning. Okay. I know it's hard for people to grasp that. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals your net worth. From that amount of money, that's how much money you have to buy anything outside of yourself. That's how much money you have to buy anything outside of yourself. Reality Game says, there are videos of the National Guard shooting a civilian that are on their porches filming in Minneapolis. I got to see that for myself. Andre says, stop, LJ. You're making me laugh. You know what? And Andre, I know why you're laughing. Because you understand what I'm saying. That's why it's funny. That's why when you was typing stuff yesterday, I started laughing as I'm reading it. Andre says, there will be real rioting when food inflation kicks in. Yes. I say when stimulus money runs out. That's what I say. When stimulus money runs out, extra unemployment runs out, that's going to be, if a second round of stimulus money Check this. I can, because I can't see. I cannot see past right now. I don't go. I already know the housing market crash is coming. Okay, nothing's stopping that. Nothing's stopping that. Oh wow! Shout out to Jewel Patton. I hope I said that right for the $75 super chat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Wow. Thank you, Jewel. I appreciate your support. You've been rocking with us since you jumped over here. You've just been you've been part of the family, and I really appreciate that. Wow. Thank you. Appreciate it. And did I say super chat? I meant Cash App. Excuse me. I know people are all looking super chat. I don't see nothing. No, Cash App. I'm sorry. Cash App. $75 Cash App. Thank you very much, Jewel. I appreciate it. Thank you. Where am I at? Nigel says, Christmas Lake is where the wealthy live here in the Twin Cities. I would be stopped and detained as soon as I step foot on their block. Sure would. Queen of South says, healthcare practitioner. I have worked the entire pandemic. Hospitals are still hiring. Dave Sincere says, yes, here in Atlanta, people went to ride in Buckhead, very affluent area. The city government made zero hesitation in sending in military forces. They had military trucks there within the hour. See what I'm saying? That's not allowed. Hold on for a second. I got to turn the air on for a second. It's getting warm. And not having any of that. Joseph Brown says, Dave, you're giving them too much credit. These people aren't thinking at all. Good, Jewel. Thank you, Jewel. Again, thank you. Appreciate it. Gold and silver is inflation proof. Perfect. Perfectly said. Perfectly said. Intrinsic, it holds intrinsic value. Intrinsic. BL and S Holdings says, hey, LJ, God made more land on other planets, hence the billions being spent on SpaceX and NASA. Yeah, that's a whole different, I know what you're saying there, but that's a whole different game. Oh, man, you're right about that. He made planets too. I'm just staying here on Earth, okay? Queen of the South says, yes, sir. My best friend lives in Buckhead, the affluent area in Atlanta. The looters will be out of there. Sure would. They're not even going to get close. They like to, for example, they like to announce where they're going. They like to announce where they're going. Oh, you're going up here? No, you're not. If I'm up there and I live there and I'm a billionaire, millionaire, whatever, I would say, you're not coming up here. That's why I live here. I moved to Buckhead for a reason. Because we don't allow that. I can't imagine one of the people that live in Buckhead get suited up, put the mask on, put black backpacks on and black gear and go downtown and start tearing up shit. I just don't, I don't imagine that. Yeah, you want to go down and steal from Target? Yeah, we'll have the butler drive us down to that area, all right? And then we're going to hop out the limo. We're going to bust into Target, steal a shirt, hop back in, and go home. No, that would never happen in a million years. Never. No looting in Buckhead. PLS and Holding says, Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post and probably other news. He's a billionaire. He got the money. Lemon for Life says, news anchor get millions of dollars to read the same script, not going to lie big business. No, they're not. Nope, sir. Oh, talking to Queen. BLS and Holding says, the looters in North Carolina has some nice cars. Oh, okay. Fallout. I'm a HVAC boiler and chiller engineer, and my income has been going up. I'm blessed to be in the top % in my field. I'm still in my 20s. And see, Fallout would definitely be an essential worker because people are at home, no jobs, they need AC, heat, whatever. That's essential, right? They're paying for that. That's something that you can't say, hey man, I'm not going to, I'm not going to pay this next couple of months. I'm not going to pay my heat or my AC bill. No, that's coming first. So congratulations, Fallout. I'm proud of you. Good job. Congratulations. Keep it up there, especially in your 20s. Joseph Brown says, we are growing food, right, LJ? Started that 2 weeks ago. I'm not growing food yet, but I don't have the place to grow food. But if I had the place to grow food, I sure would. I would be learning right now. I'd be learning. Gabriel says, damn, I'm only 19. All this chaos happening in my lifetime. Still, Gabriel, you're still in the best place. Gabriel, look at it this way. You're in something that will never happen again in your life. This will never happen again in your life. Well, you're 19. It might happen when you're 70. Okay. Well, if you're 70, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened again when you're 70. Okay. Let's put it that way. Dave Sincere says, I live 12 minutes from Buckhead. They looted there on Friday at Target and Phipps Plaza. Within the hour, military trucks were en route. If they rush up there and do it, of course they can't stop it, but they're not burning down buildings. They're not going to have to, put it this way. They're not going to have time to loot and burn down buildings. Okay. That's not going to happen. When people say, oh man, they just can't do that because that's the rich area. That's exactly right. When people in debt say things like that, oh man, things are different up there because that's where the rich people live. Yeah. Why are you saying that? Oh, they wouldn't allow that up in Buckhead because that's the rich people. That's where the rich people live. Yeah, why are you saying that? I don't get it. Because they have money. That's why it doesn't happen. Yes, again, why are you saying that? That's what I would say. Oh, yeah. Well, and their police have this and that, and they do this and that. Yeah, you know why? Because they're rich. That's why they have it. I'd have that. Hey, police, you got everything you need? No? When do you want it? We'll get it for you. Because you see what's happening down there? Yeah, I don't want that up here. I don't want that in Buckhead. What do you need to make sure that doesn't happen here? Okay. Dave says, he's talking to Gabriel. Jewel says, my pleasure, LJ. You've been a treat. Thank you, Jewel. Feels good to, it's not even about the money. It's like when you can see something, it naturally happens. It's like, damn, I can take that with me for the rest of my life here. This is the least I could do. It's that kind of feeling. It's like, man, I'm going to carry this through my life and carry to my children. Here's something. You know what I'm saying? So thank you. I appreciate it. Herbert Walker says, Jewel, that was very nice. Andre says, they are not protecting the residents. They are protecting the banks that hold the mortgages. You better believe it. Even if the protesters broke in the banks, they're never getting in that safe. They're never getting in it. They can't break it open. They can't burn it. They can't move it. They can't, no, you're not getting in there. You definitely wouldn't even have time to break in a safe. You wouldn't even have time. Number for Life says, here in Princeton, New Jersey, shut down that looting ASAP. Shut it down. Andre says, neither residents nor police know why. Oh, you said they are not. They are protecting the bank. Oh, gotcha. I see what you're saying. Hit the like and subscribe. Thank you, Nicer. Much appreciated. Amina says, LOL, call the butler to drive. Oh, let to drive to steal some lamps and some clothing at Target. Right? John, take a right here. Hey, ma'am, there's a whole bunch of people there. They're acting pretty rowdy. Oh, just go ahead and drive through. Just drive through. What are you going to do, ma'am? I'm going to go steal a shirt. But you have billions. I want that shirt, and I want it for free. That will never happen. Cosmic says, you can grow food, LJ. Google container garden. I use my deck to grow food, eating a salad from it now. Oh, wow. That's cool. Okay. Container. Let me write that down. Stop making up excuses. Container garden. See, what Cosmic is not saying, she has her butler. She has somebody growing her garden for her. So she says, hey, you grow my garden, but do it on my patio. And then she comes online and says, hey, I'm growing on my patio. No, I'm just joking. Cosmic says, you can grow food anyway, even in small spaces. Joseph says, LJ, you can set up a grow tent in place. They come in all sizes. Okay. I like you guys giving me, hey, you're taking out my excuses for not doing it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Queen of South says, Fallout. Thank you. Oh, we're talking Fallout. Okay. Dave Sincere says, my cousin who is in real estate in New York says true money individuals and groups of investors love what's happening. I bet you they do. He says their plans are to buy property up for pennies on the dollar. Yeah, this is obvious. This is obvious. This is completely, I want you guys to understand, this is completely obvious what's about to happen. You guys have no idea how people with money are licking their chops. They're like, all right, let's go. Woo! This ride is going to go for at least 10 years. How long is this ride, sir? 10 years. All right, let's go. Joel says, LJ, you can grow microgreens in your home. They require no sunlight and very little maintenance. Grow in a week. Very nutritious. Wow. Microgreens. Okay. Limit for Life says, just got an alert of 125 targets closing down nationwide. How long do you think the billionaires are going to tolerate that? How long do you think the billionaires are going to tolerate that? You're messing with the money now. Dave Sincere says, win for current owners, insurance claim, and win for the investors. Win-win. And guess who's paying it all? Taxpayers. Samuel says, if this keeps happening, they're going to bring the martial law to stop them. Yes, martial law is on its way. They already have enough ingredients for martial law. I want you guys to understand that. The ingredients are already there. Number one is a worldwide pandemic with a killer virus. The masses are not following any social distancing rules. They're burning down billion-dollar business buildings. They're tearing, and now they're beating up police officers, stealing their horses. I saw a video the other day. A guy beat up an officer. Well, according to the video. All right, I'm not going to spread rumors. He was riding a horse. Let me put it this way. He was riding a horse saying that it belonged to the police. Okay, let me put it that way because I don't know anything. All right, I don't want to spread something that's not true. Hold on, Cosmic. There you go. You on? Can you hear me?
Oh, hey guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to hop on, and some of the SMD family members noticed I was MIA for a hot minute, but I didn't forget about you guys. I'm still here. But it's funny, LJ, you speak of riots and property values because I was seeing helicopters, saw at least 8 helicopters right into the south and north of me. But then they shut down my neighborhood. They locked it down. There was like they literally moved around the neighborhood up north. So it was an interesting observation. I was like, why are they not here? And I was like, there's too many people on the hillside to even allow that to happen literally in their backyard. So this morning, there were already investors talking about they're already looking at what they're going to buy when the dust settles from the riots from the north and the south.
Why not?
So
I'll be like, congratulations.
When he said that, I was like, man, I just had a Sunday Zoom meeting And they're already digging up saying they're actually working together, like partnering up. So it's going to
I'm
be
so jealous. I'm jealous.
literally a land grab when the dust settles.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. But I would say congratulations to you all. Congratulations.
No, not to me. I was just sitting and the other investor scheme and plot.
No, to you too, Cosmic.
The reason why I was out of pocket is I was trying to get this house. To me, yeah, I made a purchase and opportunity zone, double land lot, and they're already.
Oh, did I lose you? I think I lost you, Cosmic. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Cosmic. Uh-oh, we lost you. Okay, you got to call back in. I can't hear you. Sorry, Cosmic, you just vanished on us there. Herbert Walker says, moving to Costa Rica or Portugal, if possible, is a possibility. This is worldwide, so moving to another place is not going to help anybody right now. If you, hey, I'm going to move out of the country. Well, this is worldwide, so this is going to be, it's affecting everybody. Cosmic said, I wish I had a butler. Queen says, get those gardens growing. Herbert Walker says, get yourself a deep freezer and food saver for sure. We're out of the game. Okay, Cosmic is back. Just a second here. All right, Cosmic, can you hear me? Cosmic. Hello. Hello. Okay, go ahead. I can hear you now. Hello. Cosmic. Something's going on. I don't see your thing moving, so I know your voice is not coming through. See, when I turn my camera off, you can see the thing moving like that. If you can hear me, I don't see your. Notice how your thing is not moving. That means your sound's not coming through. Okay, now I can hear you now. Oh, okay, now you left. All right. All right, Reality Game says, LJ, what's your opinion on digital currency? There was a digital dollar in the first stimulus package that was taken out that was ran by the Fed and their version of blockchain. I don't really look at currency like that. I don't, because you got to remember, currency in any form doesn't exist for people in debt. So the opposite is true. Currency in any form exists for people with money, right? It can be in digital currency. The form of currency really doesn't matter. Just people in debt believe it does. They believe, hey, this is blockchain. It's encryptable and this and that, and it can't be done this. Okay, whatever you believe. How much money can I make off your belief? That's all I care about. I don't care what you think about cryptocurrency. I don't care what version of it you pick. I do not care. I just think about what do the majority believe, especially when something that they believe in doesn't even exist. Money doesn't even exist in any form for people in debt. They don't even know that. So if they believe in cryptocurrency, cool, you believe in it. How many of you guys believe in something that really doesn't even exist? Or a large majority of you, I'm going to invest. But not based on what cryptocurrency is doing, this one's doing. I'm investing on what people are going to do. Right now, people are wishing and hoping that they can grasp on something that's going to get them out of this financial predicament that they're in. So they're going to fall for everything that somebody, hey, cryptocurrency is going to be this and property is going to be that. And you better buy in now because so-and-so stocks are low. You know why they're low? Because people are out of work. That's why they're low. It's not special. But if you're in debt, it wouldn't even matter if the stock was $1. Like, say, for example, you had your only debt was student loan debt and it was $50,000. According to mathematics, you are negative $50,000 in the hole. So if Apple stock was $1, you couldn't buy it. So let's say like one Bitcoin was $5,000. If you're $50,000 in student loan debt, you have no money to buy a $5,000 imaginary coin. a coin that doesn't even exist. Now, remember this. Imagine now, I want you guys to watch this closely. And this is something that I'm going to give you a taste of what I talk about in the members only group. If you can get people to believe, now this might be tough to grasp, okay? If you can get people to believe physical money that doesn't exist to a person in debt, can you imagine getting them to believe in an imaginary coin that doesn't exist? Now, let's go back. I always go back to the scenario so people can understand what I'm saying. If you have $50,000 in student loan debt and you have $2,000 in currency, US cash, 2,000 minus 50,000 is negative 48,000. That $2,000 in your hand doesn't even exist. So at this point, this is the glitch, all right? This is the glitch in the debt matrix. Which are you going to believe? Mathematics or your lying eyes? Which one are you going to believe? Are you going to believe your eyes are seeing that $2,000 in your hand? Or are you going to look at the mathematics and say, no, it's not? That's totally up to you. So if they can make them believe that, they can easily say, hey, this imaginary coin is there. There it is. There it is. And I say it's worth, whatever, $17,000. And I get people in debt to believe that, I'm going to be rich. Hey, don't worry about it. It's highly encrypted. Nobody can do it. Nobody knows who made it. They can't catch them. They don't know this code and this and that, whatever. Tell them everything they need to know about this imaginary coin. If you are debt free, digital currency is going to make money. Why? Because the majority believe in it. The majority of that group. Okay, not the majority of the population. All right. Samuel says, what's the point of storing? What's the point of stores getting open? They're going to get destroyed. I mean, they have to. Life has to go back to normal at some point. All right. It has to. It will. It will go back to normal. It will. Hey, where'd that go? Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. Where'd that? Oh, I went way past. 1 second, you guys. I'm trying to catch up where I was at. I don't want to miss anybody's questions. Okay. Gabriel says, if there is actually a martial law, what will exactly happen? I have no idea. I've never been inside of a martial law situation. It sounds like it's very strict, and it sounds like you will get shot if you disobey it. That's what it sounds like to me. I got to read about it. Herbert Walker says, I'm not spending my retirement years worrying about this. Life is short. Yeah, I don't worry about it. I just pay attention to it so I can tell you guys what I would do financially. That's all. That's the only reason, because it all counts. I can't just completely ignore it. If you want to be rich, you can't ignore stuff like that, right? You don't have to be. Once you get out of debt, you're paying attention to it, but I'm not immersed in it emotionally. My emotions are not wrapped up in it. I don't go from one and then go on Facebook and look at all the other 15,000 other videos of police abuse and just sucks you in. I just don't allow that to happen. I only pay attention to what's going on today. Okay. Samuel says, what I'm thinking is the martial law comes, they declare martial law. Are we even going to shop anymore? Because you might be shot. No, it's not like that. It won't be like that. No, it'll be because you have to eat, you have to shop, right? But you're not going to be doing any looting. You're not going to be burning up any buildings. You're not going to be doing any of that. No riots in Portugal and Costa Rica. Oh, you were walking around, Cosmic. Oh yeah, you got to be still if you try to come online. Yeah, you can't be walking around. That's never gonna make it. Limit for Life says, LJ, do you think this is the best time to apply for a business loan? No, I wouldn't make any kind of moves like that right now. I wouldn't do any of that. No, sir. No, I wouldn't do any of that right now. Right now, for me personally, I wouldn't do any serious moves until that stimulus and unemployment money runs out. That's the only, I will know what to do after that, but I don't know what's going to happen up to that point. I have to wait till that money runs out. Unemployment and stimulus money. Now what? And no jobs? Can you imagine? Can you imagine the people in that area that they burned down? Those are the people that desperately need jobs that are no longer there. Not because of the pandemic, because it doesn't exist literally. I tell you. Okay, I see you, Cosmic. It says, Samuel, why is everyone breaking in stores and stealing stuff and breaking stuff like doomsday? Because they can. It makes no sense. Those are not protesters. Those are thieves. See, people be mixing. This is the problem with protesting. There's literal protesters out there. This is what you need to distinct. Don't mix. Hey, look at the protesters breaking in Target. No, those are thieves. Those are not protesters. Are they walking out with shirts? Yeah, those are thieves. Those are not protesters. Those are thieves. Protesters are standing up. Hey, you can't kill. Don't, convict that officer. Bloggity, blah, 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 right? Whatever, right? When you see people stealing stuff and busting windows, those are thieves. Those are vandals. Those are not protesters. I guarantee you this, a protester would be upset if you said, hey, look at those protesters breaking into Target. They would like, hey, those are thieves. Those are not protesters. Nice, it says, my heart is hurting bad for George Floyd's family and loved ones and the madness in the city, but I appreciate the SMD fam putting things in perspective by looking at the bigger picture. You must always look at the bigger picture. Never once do I look at a news video and say, wow, look at the police, look at the protesters. They're stepping on cars on the freeway and burning cars. I say those are vandals. Those are not protesters. Are they breaking stuff? Yeah, those are vandals. Those are not protesters. What are you talking about? Man, those protesters, man, they smashed up. They went in the mall and started stealing stuff. Those are thieves. Those are not protesters. Why do you keep saying that? But if you get enough people believing that the vandals and the people destroying stuff and stealing stuff are protesters, that's just put more in the soup of martial law on the ingredients. That just adds more ingredients to the soup of martial law. Oh, okay. You guys are saying it. Are you saying protesters are doing all this stuff? Yeah, I guess it's the protesters then. We're gonna make them all one, like the majority are saying to them. People say these things without even thinking. Oh man, look at those bad protesters. They're burning stuff. No, that's an arsonist. Whoever set that building on fire, they're arsonists. That's not a protester. What are you talking about? Limit for Life says for rebuilding up the cities after the situation's calmed down. Do you think the best time to apply for a okay, for building up the city after? Again, Limit for Life. I can't really. I can't say anything until this money runs out. I really can't see past that because I didn't even see this stuff going on right now. These protests, that's something I couldn't see anyway. I'm just saying. But what I can see, I only pay attention to the things that are in front of me right now. Until that money runs out, unemployment and stimulus money, I don't know anything. Can't really tell. I wouldn't make any major decisions until that happens. Dave Sincere says, damn, people investing in having Zoom meetings on what to buy while others are risking their freedom, right? Can you imagine? You better believe people that understand money and have money, they're on Zoom meetings. Believe that. Where are you going next? Okay. All right. They just burned down that Minneapolis. What's it close to? Huh. You know what? This is what I would think. Okay. Let me give you my perspective. Okay. Okay. It looks like they're going to need to, like, if it was me, I'm moving to Minneapolis. All right, it looks like they're going to need a new police station. So it looks like the city is going to be giving tax breaks for contributing a large amount of money towards the rebuild of that police station. Oh, it's going to have to be bigger because they're going to learn from this lesson. Because you got to remember, they not only are they going to get a new police station, they're going to learn from this situation, and they're going to make sure to build a police station that's going to withstand that ever happening again. Okay, what happened? They got in on this side. There was an alley over here. They start throwing stuff at us. They could easily reach us. They could come to this door. Then they're going to hire somebody to design a building to ensure the next time that happens, they will be ready. And guess who's going to pay for it? The taxpayers. But me as an investor, I'm going to go in, because I would go into the city right now. If I'm saying I'm going to move there, I'm going into the city and say, hey, city, what are the tax breaks you're going to be giving to rebuild the city? What are all the tax breaks? What do I have to do? That's what I'm going to invest in. I would go to each city. Okay, this city tore up. What kind of tax breaks do you have in here? Maybe I don't live there. What are tax breaks for me if I don't even live there? What can you do for me? And then I'll go to what's the next city they got tore up? That city, they're going to be looking for investors. I go to all the cities that are going to be looking for investors that's going to be giving tax breaks, because tax breaks are the only guaranteed ROI in the whole entire country. There's no other investment in the country that guarantees ROI than taxes. Cosmic says, in my local market, is around 90 people in those Dave Sincere. Oh, we're talking Dave. Oh, crap. There we go. Okay. Dave Bourne says, under martial law, they will instill a curfew for most. Yeah, they will. Samuel says, this is the cycle. Something happened around the globe. The whole world goes insane. It goes back and forth, and it doesn't break. Oh, they're only going to let it get so far. It's not going to go. Don't worry about it getting too out of control. The president's going to stop that well before it happens, but he has to let the people. Now, this is my opinion. And I'm just stating something obvious. Let enough people give him the ingredients to call martial law. The people are giving him the ammunition. I want you guys to understand that. If he comes and says martial law, and anybody says, well, why? What do you mean, why? Don't you see people are burning down buildings? You do know there's a pandemic out here killing people. Are they following any of the guidelines? No. Martial law. They're beating up police. Herbert Walker says, now is a great time to get out of debt and build wealth. I wouldn't even do that right now, honestly. If you got a solid job, right. But if you ain't got a solid job, you better sit on your money. Samuel says, if the martial law comes, no one will want to come at them because they are armed and dangerous. That's the purpose. They got guns. They're not going to be shooting rubber bullets. No flash grenades. No, none of that. Hey, if you come over here, we will kill you. You cross this, you will be shot. Do you understand? We got big guns. We got guns that you guys don't even have. You don't even have these guns. They're illegal for you to have. The type of guns we have are illegal for you, not us. Oh, sorry. Oh, Jay Brown. What's up, Jay Brown? What's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing, LJ? I'm just chiming in for a little bit, man.
All right. Come on in.
How's it going?
Good.
Yeah, man. As far as me and Knights are in the same area.
Mm-hmm.
I actually lived. I'm 1 year removed from being in the actual location where a lot of stuff is going down right now.
In Minnesota?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just moved out of there last year, July.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
So all those spots were usual spots that we would go to eat, restaurants around that area, local businesses. We would go there and spend money. Matter of fact, my my daughter's grandmother, she stays around that area, but a little bit further down. But these people aren't thinking.
No,
it's just pure emotion they're going off of.
Anger. It's anger.
And it's only going to get worse. And I keep telling my wife and I keep telling others, it's just going to get worse. And you know, at some point, you know, lives are going to be shed. There's going to be a lot of lives shed. I hate to say it, but
Yeah.
that's just the truth of it.
Yeah.
My job is making exemptions. They talk with the government, and so we got an exemption, you know, because this curfew is, we got a curfew here. It's
Oh,
from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning.
okay.
So we've got our exemption papers from the state.
Exemption papers. Wow.
To be out here.
God damn. You got to have papers to be out now. That is insane.
Yeah. So I mean, it's real out here, and
Wow.
I just look at it from an economic standpoint. Like, you know, there's going to be so many opportunities. You know, with pain, with pain and suffering, there's going to be a lot of, you know, jubilation and admiration. You know, depending on what side you're on. And a lot of people that's on that pain side, most of them people are in debt. They ain't going to be able to have
Right.
jubilation for when those, you know, those fruits start to come to the surface. So, you know, right now I'm just doing what I got to do to keep money and, you know, be sustainable until, you know, a lot of this stuff dies down. You know, I got friends and family calling in and asking, are you okay? Is everything cool? It's like, y'all know I ain't gonna be out here, you know, in the mix of this madness, because there's no plan.
Right.
They didn't have one to begin with, LJ.
Right.
If they did, you wouldn't see, you know, stuff getting out of hand the way it is.
Right. Right.
So,
yeah, man.
You know, I just wanted to kind of give people a sense of, you know, where things stand right here. It's bad, you know, when you see people who put their hard work in. And me, I own the business not too far away from there. I had a business a few years back, and I know what it takes to, you put your energy, your time, you commit to it, your sweat equity, all those things to make that business a fruition, and to just see all that hard work just tore down in a moment of minutes by people who didn't have no hand in you developing that business to begin with. It's sad to see. I understand the pain that a lot of these business owners is going through right now, who, you know, that's pretty much all they have, you know. And I have another friend who actually just opened up a slash food restaurant spot in Brooklyn Center. But the problem with that is he just applied for one of those grants you was talking about. So he's sweating bullets right now. You know?
I can imagine them bullets he's sweating right now. Woo. Ooh. Now you got to pay back that loan. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's got a. I mean, he applied for the grant, so.
Oh, the grant.
Yeah, so he won't have to deal with paying back a loan, but it's just the idea is like he applied for that grant to expand his other side of the restaurant, which he's going to set up a deli area, a dining area, and stuff like that. So he's trying to expand on top of his additional investment.
Right.
And, you know, he might have to rethink that, being that these, you know, these riots and stuff is taking place. He might want to delay that a little bit and hold on.
Where's he located? Where's he located at?
He's located in Brooklyn Center. That's like 20 minutes away from Minneapolis. I actually live in Brooklyn Center.
And that's like a downtown area or something?
It's like somewhat suburban.
Gotcha.
Somewhat.
Okay. Well, hopefully it won't reach out to him at the riots part, but as far as economy wise, of course he's going to get hit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna hold you up. I just kind of wanted to share that with people.
Man, I appreciate you jumping on, man. Thank you.
You know, and everybody stay safe out there, and you know, do what you can to make sure that you're taking proper precautions. Everybody. So
yeah.
And keep doing what you're doing, LJ, man. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
All right.
I like that. Cosmic says money won't run out. They make more every day. That's why we will have inflation. I'm assuming you said in a few years. Reality Game Design says people outside of the major cities of Florida just out at the beach living life like it's another day. I mean, if you live in a place that it's not happening, I'm not saying don't enjoy your life, don't go to the beach, because you got to unplug from that nonsense. You do. Like when I plug in so I can talk to you guys about this stuff. When I get off this, I'm unplugged, man. I don't read what's on social media. I can't be on Facebook too long now because it's filled with it. It's filled with all the negative energy. I unplug. Samuel says it's going to take months to rebuild the damage. Longer than that, buddy. Andre says if there is no employment, there is no income tax or social security tax being collected. There go Andre speaking alien again. Andre, nobody understands you except in here, of course. All right. In here, people understand you here, but you can't go outside. Hey, man, if you burn that building, what about income tax and social security? You won't. What? Andre says if property is destroyed, there is no property tax being collected. Yes. That's why the city is going to be giving out great deals. They'd be like, damn, nobody's paying us anything. How much you want to pay? How much you want to pay us for that? We'll give you this. Okay, cool. Andre says, if you don't spend, there is no sales tax being collected. You're speaking alien. Andre. You're speaking alien. I hope you understand that. Kaver says they're protesting on the White House right now. Won't you hey, protesters, won't you break in that White House? Go break in it. Go try. Guarantee you there are people on the roof waiting for the first person to try to climb that fence. Guaranteed. Charles 2003 says, speaking with cousin and another classmate about the recent events, and my cousin doesn't totally believe the virus is real, whatever, doesn't matter what they believe. And my classmate doesn't believe we make lemonade from this rioting. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not quite sure what that means. Nicer says, to add to what Joseph Brown is saying, the pandemic could be a major factor why buildings are burned down. With the Philando case, we shut down freeways, an intersection, and marched on the Capitol. Oh, gotcha. Oh, the Philando case. Gotcha. I'm not familiar with that case. PPP is a trap. Nobody hears you, Andre. Nobody hears you. Yes, you have to be in debt, and people in debt don't hear you, Andre. Gabriel says, I need to protect myself just in case. Yes, you do. You better click-clack. You better believe it. Civil war. If it doesn't stop, I don't think it'll get that far. Because it really would benefit to let people get that far. To let thieves. Let me make sure I'm saying this right. I'm not going to say protesters. To let thieves, arsonists, vandals continue to do what they're doing wouldn't be profitable. Those people must be stopped. Don't even say, hey, like I said earlier, don't say, hey, look what the protesters are doing. No, they're not protesters. The people that you see doing that stuff, they're actually showing you who they are. You see them coming out of a Target with a TV, that's a thief. That's an arsonist. Beating up people, that's a whatever, different law, whatever, right? But you know what I'm saying. I applaud what protesters are doing. I get it. I'm not blind to why they're doing it. Of course, hey, you can't do that. You can't just be the police force can't just be killing people. Yeah, okay, we don't want that, right? But when you start burning stuff, those are vandals, those are arsonists, thieves. Those are not protesters. Charles 2030 says, when I say eliminated, LJ, meaning that the best out of this situation, was running out of characters before, like they say, when life gives you lemons, you make lemon. Okay, I got you. I see what you're saying. Well, any other? This is Q&A Sunday, you guys. This is going to go as long as you guys want to ask questions. Come online. Let me keep throwing my. Actually, let me do this. No, because if I put it in there, you guys don't really see the. No, you guys need a link. I'm gonna keep putting the link in there for you guys to join the the members only SMD members only group. Click that link. I got a couple of powerful videos that I'm making next week. The first one's going to be Monday, and then the members don't even know what I'm going to do. The one after the one's coming up on Monday. This one's going to be powerful. I like what the idea that I've come up with. So you guys are going to really enjoy that video. Oh, hold on, Cosmic. I see you. There you go. Can you hear me? Cosmic. Why is my picture there? What's going on here? Why is my picture in Cosmic's window? Okay, something's Cosmic. You went in the wrong way. Cosmic, go out. That's what makes sense. Okay. Cosmic, go out and come in on this link, okay? You got to log out of StreamYard and then come back in. I'm like, why is my picture there? You don't look nothing like me. Nice says, can't wait for the day. Oh, Cosmic, gonna get our own Home Depot. Charles 2003 says, wouldn't this economy suffer more and the crashes come sooner if they continue to riot? I actually see the COVID-19 numbers spiking up after this. Then tomorrow is the start of hurricane season. Wouldn't it suffer more? Well, not really suffer more. The economy is going to crash. Nothing's stopping that. Okay. The hurricane it's just way out in the Pacific right now. Okay. It's just way out there right now. Nothing's going to stop that hurricane from hitting land. That's coming. That's already, that part of it's already done. Put it this way. The pandemic was just the keys to start the new economy. That's it. Just start the engine of the new economy. Now it's running. The engine is running. Okay. They just need to put the oil back into the engine so it'll run smooth. Because right now the oil's all over the place. It's spilt everywhere. It's all over the ground. It's burning up stuff. The oil is messed up. Cosmic, Cosmic, this one I need you to do. I need you to log out of StreamYard, going to the top right and log out and then come back in because you keep coming in as me, I believe. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, there you go. Whoa, there you go. Okay. All right, let's try it one more time. I know Cosmic's catfishing me, right? I can't stand you. Taking over. Now, if you're new to the channel, man, don't be shy. You guys can come in here, ask me questions. Even if you don't agree with what I'm saying, even if you don't agree my style of teaching about finances, if you don't even agree with me, you can say, don't be shy. It's cool. You know, if you're new from if you just brand new, follow me from Denzel's page, Denzel Rodriguez. I welcome you, Denzel Napoleon Rodriguez. I thank you for coming over. Appreciate it. No, you didn't ruin the session. No, you didn't do that. No, you don't do that. But I know when you come in as me, that means you're inside of the software. So you got to log out of the software and then click on the link that's in the room, and then you'll come in the right way. Excuse me. What's up, NC Biggs?
Hey, I got a few seconds here. Just wanted to say, thanks to you, I seem like a psychic right now. because I regurgitated some of the stuff you said at work. And people just said, "Oh man, you're crazy, man. There's no way that's gonna happen, man. There's no way." Now I'm telling everybody, I'm like, "Yeah, it looks like martial law is probably gonna happen." They're like, "Oh man, ain't nobody trying to hear that, man. That ain't gonna happen." Because I told everybody, people are gonna riot because it just makes sense. Like what you were saying makes sense. So I was like, "Yeah, it's definitely gonna happen." I said, you guys better get some click clacks and better get some stored up with some food and. Y'all better prepare for the worst, and everybody's like, oh, and then people have been buying houses and stuff, and they thought I was crazy. Everybody thinks I'm crazy right now, so I sounded like a survivalist at work for quite a while.
Buying houses in the worst pandemic in history, and they're buying houses.
Yeah, I told them, I said, you guys do know that, like in a couple of weeks. I said a couple months. I said, if not next year, y'all are gonna be able to buy. Y'all gonna be the people they're trying to hunt for, man. What are you talking about? Why would y'all buy a house now? They're like, hey man, unless you can guarantee. I said, hey man, I'm not guaranteeing anything, man.
Right.
I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go ahead and make your decision, and then you're gonna be mad at yourself later. That's what they. I told them. I said you're gonna be kicking yourself when you came into that neighborhood and you seeing all your neighbors leaving the next week. That's what I told them. So and of course, everybody thought I was just this crazy guy. I'm just crazy
because you're alien.
I'm crazy. They really think I'm crazy, especially.
No, you're speaking alien, NC Biggs. You're alien, and you're speaking alien. You just don't realize you're speaking alien.
Well, I told one guy. He literally was on Instagram and said, Daniel, you're right, man. It's all happening. It's all happening. They all right, and they all going to go crazy. I said, bro, it don't take. I said at this point, because I told everybody, I said, it really ain't gonna take much for everybody to start acting crazy. Nope. I said we are already on the edge. We just need a little bit more of a push. And then people are gonna start getting stupid.
And that pushes over. Now they got a reason.
Yeah. Now everybody thinks, well, and now of course everybody believes, oh, the government's not gonna do anything. They under our mercy. And I was just like, yeah, okay, y'all keep thinking that. I'm just gonna let y'all know. I was like, I tell everybody, I was like, y'all don't got as many guns as they do. I said, and y'all don't have as many guns and weapons as they do.
Right.
So right. Just really not.
Don't even have the same kind.
Right. But and don't even and even then. A lot of people have guns, but they don't really practice them. They don't even practice the guns they got. So it's like these people train every day with them. They train to take the gun together and put it back together in less than a minute and then shoot you with it. Like, what are you talking about? You gonna go up against a guy that's been taking guns apart his whole life? Come on. I was just like, man. And that's
It's like when I hear people say that, they're like, man, the government can't do. I said, tell me this. If your 5-year-old kid, you had a 6-year-old and 7-year-old, and they said, we're going to take over your house, would you let them take over your house? Hey, Dad, I'm going to drive your car. I'm going to take your car. Would you let your kid just take your car for keys from you and not do anything? No, that's the same thing.
Yeah, it's really ridiculous. I just been seeing a lot of that lately. It's been real crazy, and and of course, what really bothers me is that so many people are like really actually excited for looters and stuff. And I'm like,
what do you mean excited for looters? What does that mean?
Like they feel like, yeah, we sticking it to the man. They out here riding and they stick it. They looting and stuff, and they're actually excited. Because people are robbing. I said, now you do know that, Target and stuff, they'll be fine. Walmart, Target, all them big companies, they're gonna be fine. But the mom and pop shops that probably had like 10 employees, they're gonna be the ones that's gonna close. And now you're gonna sit here and you're gonna be. I said this is gonna make it way worse than it was before. Right. Like we were already teasing on the edge of destruction, like when it came to as far as our economy. And now you're sitting here like just making it worse. And I get people are mad, but like that's this. Everybody's mad, and then but it's really worse when people are really actually hungry and actually struggling. It's really, you're really mad, and you can't do nothing about it because you got some dude outside with a tank ready to take you out. It's not a good situation. And and you know, for me personally, I mean, I'm not, of course, like I've told you before, I'm not out of debt. So I have this mindset like, I didn't like this. I didn't want this to happen, of course, because I mean, nobody wants this to happen, but you don't want this level of it to happen because the worse it gets.
But you already have your plan, though. I mean, it's not like, you're not out of debt, but you already have your plan, NC Biggs. Your plan is laid out. You already know which direction you're going to go. You're just waiting for this nonsense to do whatever it's going to do. That's it.
Yeah, I just don't want to. You know, of course, you know, I worry about my job sometimes because I'm still in debt. So, you know, I worry about my job sometimes, you know, stuff like that. Because even though I might be an essential worker, and yes, I will work because I set up cable for people. So, you know, internet services, you know, more people working at home than ever. I'm going to be working. In fact, they're increasing our hours because we're so far behind in work. So for now, I mean, it's good, but when people start losing their jobs because of this and that and this, it can always lean to the fact that, well, if A and B can't pay their bill, then that means that C, which would be me, will not be getting paid either, because that means, you know, less people got money to pay for internet when they don't have jobs. So, you know,
this all connects to everybody. People don't understand this. The difference between people in debt. People in debt think about money individually. When you get out of debt and you have money, you think about money collectively. Right? I only think about money collectively, never individually. Never.
Yeah, and that's what worries me about the situation is just how will this ultimately affect me? Will I be affected financially during this process? That's what I worry about right now. I don't worry about the rest of it because I can't do anything about it anyway. So
know this. It will get back to whatever the next phase of whatever it's supposed to be. It will get there because it has to get there, right? Because if it does, everybody loses, even the billionaires. The billionaires cannot remain billionaires if they don't have slaves.
Yeah,
so they won't be able to be. They won't be able to, like, if there's nobody with no money to buy anything, they can't sell anything. So that's it.
Well, but just my concern is that you know, how long or how fast will this affect me when this happens, and on top of that, you know, to what level is this going to go to? Because I mean, nobody knows that stuff yet. Because
you got to remember the perspective that you're looking at it from, right? You're in debt, so you're looking at it a different perspective than somebody out of debt,
right?
I promise you, it's totally different. So right now, you got a lot of fear you got a lot of natural fear in your situation because you're still in debt, right? But once you get out of debt, you're going to be like, oh crap, it's going to do that. And once you get out of debt, you just follow what the majority would do. You always stop and say, what would the majority do in situation X?
Yeah, I mean, I've lowered my income. I've lowered my outgoing a lot. My expenses have been dropping a lot, even just because of, you know, your counseling and things that I've learned on the site and everything. So I've learned a lot. You know, I tripped a lot of people out with my cell phone purchase because everybody was like, "Oh, you got a phone?" I'm like, "Oh yeah," you know. So I just.
Well, they thought you financed it.
Well, some people thought I did, and then I was like, no, I got this off Amazon refurbished, man. You know, so you know, it threw people off, and so you know, everybody was like, "How'd you think to do that?" I was like, "Man, listen, I listened to this guy named Linnell, is SavingsMinusDebt. Go check it out." And they don't listen, but you know. yeah, it's like, but anyway, I just felt like I just come on here, ask some questions and whatnot, and let you get back to it. I appreciate it, Al.
All right, man. Thanks for being a member too, man, of the member.
Hey, no problem.
Appreciate it. All right.
Hey, man, you put the work in. I just said, we just here to listen to it.
Hey, man, I'm glad you're there, man. I appreciate
Thanks.
it. All right.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Oh, Cosmic left. All right. All right, Cosmic, you can come back in. Come back in when you're ready. Any other questions? We're a little over 2 hours now. We're a little over 2 hours. You guys can, any more questions? Any more questions of me? Any questions of the members only, S&D members only group? Totally up to you. I don't want you guys to forget that we also have a Discord server. I believe, can you, Nicer or Cosmic, can you guys post that Discord server address in there? I appreciate it. My website is scrolling along the bottom there. You want a free 30-minute consultation? Just jump on SavingsMinusDebt.com and do that. And then what I'll do is I create a plan from listening to you first. I will see where you're at, and then I'll let you know how I can help you. Okay. What's up, Hyphy? Didn't see you sneak in here. Oh, never mind, LJ. I got distracted. Thank you, Cosmic. Appreciate it. Hyphy was quiet up in this bad boy. I didn't even see you up in there. Come join us on the Discord server. Gabriel says, are you planning anything for next year, LJ? Nope. I'm not looking past July 31st. Let me explain something to you guys. Yeah, I know a lot of people ask, hey, what about the housing market? Hey, the housing market and business crashes, that's already enrolled. That's already going to happen. Nothing's going to stop that. I'm curious to what's going to happen by July 31st. I'm not looking past July. When that money runs out. Nice says, I would post a link, but I don't know how to get it. Oh, it should be in it's in the details of this video, Nicer. So go and copy it in there. It's down in there. I put all the links inside the details of the video. So if you guys ever need it, anybody in the room that want to go on their own to click, email me, Cash App, whatever you want, let me know. It's right there. He's always lurking. Allegedly, Cosmic. He's allegedly lurking. Okay. You don't know anything. Jonathan says, great message today. Thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate it. All right. So is there any more questions on this Q&A Sunday? If not, I strongly suggest you join the members only group. I will be putting up a video tomorrow, 6 p.m. I will be putting up the title of that video hours beforehand. But those of you in the group, you guys already know what the title is going to be anyway. It's going to be on health savings accounts, HSA, how it can be used from a debt-free perspective. And honestly, it's more like it's going to be ways to help you. Actually, a lot of people don't understand this, but there's things now that you can understand about taxes as a regular employee. It can help you practice for what you're going to do when you get into business. First step is going to be to get out of debt, right? Once you get out of debt, I'm going to be able to show you how to use taxes, give you practice on how to use taxes as an employee, right? So once you learn how to do it as an employee, look at it as baby practice, right? Hey, I can do this 401k, HSA, all these I can do, whatever, right? Once you see how that's done, and then when you get done as being an employee and you break out on your own, you're going to take those same habits out into business, because it's pretty much the same thing, but on a much larger scale and at a better tax rate. You understand what I'm saying? So, okay. So let me post that in here one more time. There's the link to join. Okay. And that is also in the details of this video. I strongly suggest. So I post videos, I do lives inside of the members only group that stay in there. Right. That's where they stay. I don't make those public. Okay. There will be some made public, like way down the line, but for now, the ones I'm making now are in there only. Only members only will be able to see those. Because I put in more time to that kind of stuff. I put in more time because that's what they want, the details of something. Don't let these tragic events distract your S&D family. Stay safe and focused. Exactly. Stay safe. Don't let this keep an eye on them. Watch what's happening around you. Don't stick your head in the sand and pretend it's not happening. No, just watch it, right? But don't be involved in all the panic and the hysteria. Don't do that. Okay, you got to pay attention to what's really happening. Okay, do you think your business will take off like Dave Ramsey? Yes. Not like him. Oh, well, like him. Is that the word? Like him? There's in a very different way. In a very different way. Okay. Oh, I see you. All right. Can you hear me? Look at this photo.
Yo. Wow.
I like the photos. I like the avatar shot. That's funny. Uh-oh. Did we lose you? I can't hear you, Hyphy. Can you guys hear Hyphy? I can't hear him. Hello. Can't hear you, Hyphy. All right. Come back in one more time, man. Come back in one more time. Maybe Cosmic and Hyphy are shopping at the same place, walking around trying to get in on the live while they're walking around. Any other questions? I'm gonna wait till Hyphy gets back in here to see if he gets his technical difficulties straightened out. Any other questions? Any other questions? All right, I'm back. Come on, you guys. Any other questions? Joseph says, I'm an MS soldier, my guy from above the rim, Hyphy. Oh, yeah. I know, right? I know. That part was, so funny. I just watched that movie the other day on Netflix. And when you grew up in that, like I was watching that movie and I was picturing myself, because I'm around Tupac's age, right? I'm around that's my generation, right? And so when I was watching that movie, I was thinking about my mindset as I was watching that movie. And then as an adult, I rewatched that movie. I was like, everybody in that movie is just a kid. A kid thinking they're doing something new, that whatever they're doing is going to last forever. You know, you just think you're going to run this neighborhood forever. You're going to be walking around slicing and killing up people and go back and everybody's going to be afraid of you for the rest of it. No, everything changes. Somebody's growing up to replace you because you're going to get old, right? So that's crazy. All right, you guys, we're going to wrap this up. I'm gonna give Hyphy a few more minutes to see if he's gonna come back on. If you could text, if you're gonna come back on, Hyphy, go ahead and text it in there so I won't jump off. Reality Game Design says a lot of companies such as Facebook have begun to transition to having employees work from home permanently. And I was talking about that earlier, or past videos. That's the new normal. The businesses that had to scramble in getting people to work from home, when the thing, whatever this is supposedly over or whatever, right? They're not going to say, okay, everybody come back to the building. No, this is their chance. This is their chance to make money like Uber and Amazon, making everybody 1099 workers, being responsible for their own taxes, insurance, meals, heat, chairs, whatever. It's all at home. Nice. It says the actor who played Motos still look good though. Okay, I can't remember their names. NC Big says, did you watch Fun with Dick and Jane? No, I haven't watched it yet. No. Actually, you know what I've been doing, NC Biggs? I've been making sure I haven't been stacking myself with too much stuff, right? I got to do, because if sometimes I've noticed catching myself, if I think of too many things and I try to do a whole bunch of things at once, right? I get a whole bunch of nothing done. Multitasking is literally impossible. There's literally impossible to multitask. But yet I was taught that when I was in the 40-hour work week world, right? Multitask. But if you multitask, that means you cannot give your full attention to one thing. And if you don't give your full attention to one thing, it's not going to be done right. That's just how it works, you know? So Nicer says, F college, F the pros. He's a security guard. Oh yeah, I remember that part. I do remember that part. Nice. I remember that part. That was cool. That was but see, Tupac was a natural born actor, man. His skills, even when you watch that movie today, Tupac will make you believe that you are that he's that character. He really makes you believe that he's that character. He was awesome, man. The Beauty Tea, she says, what upsets me is when this ends up, people will quickly forget, like they forgot about COVID-19 and the system stays broken. What I can say to you, Booty T, there's a new economy that has just been created. It's brand new. And the pandemic was the key to starting the engine of that new economy. The official start date, put it this way, in my opinion, the official start date is January 1st, 2021. That's the official start date of the new economy. Right now, we got 6 more months to work out the kinks. Okay, we gotta get this taken care of. All right, we gotta get the people, get them going according to the new economy. They're gonna know they're gonna be staying home, blah blah blah, whatever, right? But in the bigger picture, you guys have no idea. You guys have no idea how much in taxes this is generating. This is the 50-year picture. Let me give you the 50-year picture. You guys have no idea how much in taxes is being generated in this moment right now. Oh my God, you guys have no idea. The taxes being created from this. Let me give you an example. Can you imagine how many people check that box on their unemployment, say, I'll pay the taxes later? Imagine that. I'll pay the taxes later. Yes, you will. And more of it. Yes, you will. This is the 50-year plan is taxes. I think, and again, in my opinion, I believe these things last about 50 years. And this is the reason why I say 50 years. When you understand money, you understand that everything changes, everything. So the old economy worked for the economy 50 years before, okay? The design of the old economy worked then. Now this is a new economy. forever. Big businesses realize they don't need big buildings to house people anymore. They don't have to be responsible. Can you imagine? Imagine this. A business now making their workers 1099. All that risk, because a human being, a physical human being in a business is risk. It's risk. They've just eliminated our huge, because can you imagine how jealous the big businesses were of Uber, of Airbnb, of Amazon delivery drivers? Can you imagine how jealous businesses were of? Now, I understand that's a feeling, but you got to just understand something. This is a valid feeling, because they couldn't do what Amazon and Uber is doing, make everybody 1099. You know how long that would take to do that? They would have to go through unions and this paperwork and that paperwork, not with a pandemic. You're already there. Hey, when we going back? You're not. We're not going back. We're staying just like this. Now they can catch up. Because can you imagine businesses? They're looking at Amazon making all them billions of dollars, billions, and they barely have. Then they got everybody delivering their packages, and they're not even employees of Amazon. Not even employees. All that risk has been removed. And the bigger picture than that, this is the bigger picture. Now, when all these people that have been listen closely. Now that all these millions of people that have been W-2 workers, because you don't really understand something. You don't really understand. When you're a W-2 worker, you have no idea you're being taken care of like a freaking baby. If you've gotten your paycheck and looked at all those boxes with different numbers in it and never have taken the time to look and see what any of that means, you're being taken care of like a little baby. So when you get done, when you come from being a W-2 to a 1099, now you're responsible for your own taxes. And if you believed that as a W-2 worker, the reason why you are not getting ahead because of taxes, if you believe that, oh man, taxes are keeping me down. That's why I can't live there. That's why I can't do this, because high taxes. You are a prime candidate for 1099. You know why? Because you're not going to pay your taxes. You don't even know how to pay them. And when you think of money individually on top of that, guess what you're going to do? You're going to be like, oh man, taxes keep me down. Oh, I'm just one person that's not doing it. I'm not big. No, millions of people are doing what you're doing. Millions. You guys are all doing the same thing. You guys just don't know you're doing the same thing. The IRS is going to own people for years with interest and unbelievable powers. You guys have no idea the powers of IRS. They can do anything. Go into any bank account, go into whatever they choose, because they have the power to do that. Now you can look at that two ways. You can fear that. You can be like, oh my God, oh that's scary. You can be scared of them, or you can say, why is that? Why do they have such powers? What's the reason for that? Why does the government give them powers like that? Once you take the time to understand it, but you got to get out of debt. Once you get out of debt, you go like, oh, that's why. I get it. Okay, I get it. I get why they're doing that. I got it. But you guys have no idea the taxes that are going to be generated from this. Oh my God. And the hurricane hasn't even hit yet. The hurricane hasn't even hit yet. You guys are still feeling the wind. You know something's coming. You're like, wow, it sure is breezy out here. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Reality Game says, facts. Why are rioters burning down the IRS? Is that what they're doing? I haven't jumped on. Are they burning down the IRS? I literally wish I could jump out and say, Hey, you guys, why are you doing that? Why are you burning down the IRS? You're burning down a building. What do you think burning down that building is going to do? You think it's going to erase what you owe? No. Let's put it this way. Put it this way. So you guys can get the real big picture, okay? Where do you think they keep the data for credit report data, student loan data, IRS data, things that you cannot bankrupt? Where do you think they keep that? Where? No one knows. You will tell you what, you or I will never know where they keep that data. Never. We'll never know where that's at, ever. Those are slave records. Those are slave records. Those can never be, you will, this is what you'll never hear of. I want you guys to understand something. This is what you'll never hear. You will never hear of anybody hacking the student loan database. You'll never hear that, ever. You'll never hear of somebody hacking the IRS database. That will never happen. They will bury you under the jail. You will vanish. You will disappear. You will disappear. You will never hear anybody doing that, ever. That will never happen, ever. I dare you to even try. NC Big says, I just saw an ad about getting mad Trump veto a bill for student loan forgiveness. Student loan forgiveness will never happen. Let me tell you why that's put out there. Student loan forgiveness is put out there so people in debt will believe it'll ever happen. And then they will plan on it. Hey, man, I heard there's gonna be student loan forgiveness. Yeah, that's what you heard. So what you gonna do? Oh, I ain't gonna pay my student loan debt. That's exactly what they want you to do. To not pay them. They don't want you to pay your student loan debts off. I want you guys to understand that they don't really want you to pay them off. Okay, that would be detrimental to the economy if you paid off your student loan debt. Whatever. But if they get you to believe that you're never going to pay it off anyway and believe that you're going to have it for your entire life, that's exactly where they want you. Slavery. Andre says, Chapter 11, bankruptcy protection wipes the slate clean. Yes, it does. Sure does. If you do it right. Chapter 11 can restructure. It's so funny when people hear, oh my God, this big $1 million company filed bankruptcy. People in debt think that's a bad thing. People in debt believe bankruptcy is bad. Nobody ever stops and say, why is it there? Oh, you think it's for losers. You think it's for you think financial losers use bankruptcy? Something that is that you're legally able to use legally? So if you hear Gold's Gym is filed in bankruptcy, do you think what? Do you think they're just going to be out of business? What do you think they're just done? Or what are you thinking? They can legally restructure everybody has to adjust to the new economy. If you don't see that there's a new economy coming, you have no idea that you got to restructure. You don't know how to do it. The old way is out. The new way is in. You better see it. Hey, what's happening now? Oh, this is happening. Okay, we got to do something with our business because that old way is not going to work anymore. That's done. Andre says, IRS is the only branch of government that can seize property without a warrant. Now, let me read that. So read what Andre says so you guys can understand that. The IRS is the only branch of government that can seize property without a warrant. Wow, that sounds pretty important. Can anybody else do that? Seize property without a warrant. You can go to prison. Those green pieces of paper, if you decide to try to copy those worthless green pieces of paper with garbly goop script with symbols and words all over it and flash signs and things through the paper that you can show up. If you believe that worthless stuff and you try to copy that worthless stuff, you can go to prison. Why is that? Oh man, this is debt. This is in God we trust. I mean, they write all kind of gobbledygook all of these pieces of papers and makes it look important. Does it look important? Okay, I guess, whatever. It says on the bottom that it's a note. There's an encrypted language. That's for you to believe in that worthless green pieces of paper that doesn't even cost anything to make it. This is worth $100. Why is it worth $100? Because it says it on the paper? Hey, if you believe that, I guess. Here, let me add another zero. Is it 1,000 now? What? Here, let me make it 1,000,000. Zero, zero, zero. Is it 1,000,000 now? NC Big says people are getting mad because they voted the bill. Which one are you talking about, NC Biggs? Let me see. LJ, I saw an ad about Trump getting mad. Trump vetoed a bill for student loans. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I already knew that wasn't going to happen. If you're a person that just came in this room and you thought that was going to pass, I'm gonna give you something that's a harsh truth. They will never, ever release that many of their slaves. That will never happen. That will never happen. In order for you to get those chains off of you, you have to pay for it. You have to purchase your freedom. You were born free. This is how it works. You were born free. But you didn't know that. Okay, you didn't know you were born financially free. You were born financially free, right? But then a bunch of slaves said that's not the way to go. You got to be in debt. And so you believed the slaves, but you didn't know the slaves don't know they're slaves, that they're telling you to be a slave. They don't know that they're telling you to be a slave, okay? So you can't blame anybody around you. Don't blame your family, your mama, your daddy, your cousin. Slaves don't know they're, is a slave if they don't know they're a slave? In order for you to break the slave mentality, this is all you got to do. Trust math. If you don't want to be a slave, trust mathematics. That's it. That's it. And I'm not even saying algebra. Listen to the words I'm saying. I'm not saying algebra. I'm not saying calculus. I'm just saying math, division, multiplication, addition. That's it. You don't need to know, and you don't even need to know that. You got a calculator. You got a calculator on your phone. That's it. You don't need anything else. You just need to know which numbers to put in the calculator and hit the equal. If you put the right numbers in the calculator, your answer is never going to be wrong. It's never going to be wrong. Any other questions? Any questions? Now I'm going to keep pushing my SMD members only group. I'm going to keep pushing that because this is very important, because I want you guys to see what I post in there. Not only are there special videos, we have an area in there for members only that we correspond in there. And I put my thoughts in there. I let people know what I see in there. And then other people in the group put in their information and just add to the puzzle. So I strongly suggest you join, be part of the members only. Don't worry, I'm gonna still be doing these videos. I'm gonna still be in and out. Okay. There's the link. Reality of the Game says facts, especially if you didn't have financial education. Once you start studying business and financial education, you start to see the code in the matrix. You sure do. I did not see any of what, there was no way I could even tell you anything if I didn't get out of debt first. Getting out of debt is a major piece of the puzzle because it's psychological. Once you get out of the matrix, you're gonna be like, oh damn. I go through phases because I get angry. I still get angry sometimes. I could have been a multi-millionaire years ago. But believe it or not, this pandemic is teaching me so much. Okay, it's teaching me so much. It has taught me to always pay attention to the majority. The majority are the only ones that count. If you want to be successful in this new economy, understand this. Always follow what the majority will do. Always believe it. It's not it's not difficult. You just say, what are they doing? Okay, all right. If they, again, I said, if they opened up the NFL and allowed everybody to come back and watch games, what would the majority do? They would go. Cruise ships have opened back up and they're giving deals. They've been sold out, pre-sold tickets, sold out. Sold out. What about Corona? We don't care. We want a cheap vacation. They're going on a vacation with money. Listen closely. People in debt do this. They're going on vacation using money that doesn't even exist. In the middle, no, this is even better. See how this is coming to me. They're spending money on a vacation with money that doesn't exist while in the middle of a pandemic that a virus is going around that kills people. And they're still going on a cruise because they believe they're getting a great deal. Does that make sense to you? Would the majority do that? They're doing it with money that doesn't even exist. People in debt have no idea money in any form of in any form doesn't exist for them. Doesn't even exist. Doesn't even exist. They don't even understand that economic classes don't even exist. Poor, middle class, lower class, middle class, upper class, economic classes don't even exist. Because if money doesn't exist for them, how could economic classes exist? They don't. You can't go up to a person in debt and say, hey, what class do you think you're in? Oh, I'm in middle class. Are you in debt? Yeah, and you're not in any class but the debt class. Do you think they would understand what I'm saying? Nope, they wouldn't understand what I'm saying. Andre says, the law of large numbers. I knew there was a name for it. I didn't know that name. I knew there was a name for it because I know it exists. Law of large numbers. I knew there was a name for it. That's it. You don't have to pay attention to any of that. None of it. Stock market, all that stupid nonsense. Nah, look at that. I remember going to work and hearing people talk like they're so smart. Oh, yeah, man, I'm investing. I got some stock in the company. Man, I'm depositing it. I'm getting the match on my 401k. Are you in debt? Yeah, you're not matching anything. Oh, no, man, I can log into my account. That's the number. That money doesn't exist. It's not even there. That's digital numbers on the screen. You talking about that? Why do you think those digital numbers is money? That's not money. That's digital numbers. Cosmic says, I told you people were going to buy those cruise packages, LJ. I know you did. You know why? You know why you were right and I was wrong, Cosmic? I didn't watch the majority. I didn't pay attention to the majority. You did say that. You sure did. I didn't believe you. I said, oh, there's no way. You know why I didn't believe Cosmic? Because I was thinking like myself, yeah, hell no, I ain't gonna get on no cruise ship. The last time a virus broke out, a cruise ship was stuck out in the water for freaking 30 to 60 days. I'm thinking to myself, there is no, and now they're going to open the cruise back up and they haven't had no cure for the coronavirus. I said, there is no way in hell I would get out on the cruise ship. And I assumed that the majority would think the same way. Wrong, Linnell. Now I step back, just like Andre said, law of large numbers. What would the majority do if they open up the cruise ship at an awesome deal, which is the real price, right? But people in debt don't know that. They think it's a deal. And then they'll say, and guess what they did? Sold out. So the same thing that's happening And I'm not going to say the protesters. I'm talking about the vandals, the arsonists, the thieves. How long do you think the president is going to allow that nonsense? They start heading up the wrong street. That's going to be a problem. Oh, yeah, we don't allow that. You better believe when I become rich, wealthy, whatever you want to call it, that's where I'm living. I'm going to be right with them. Oh, yeah, you can't bring that nonsense up here. No, sir. Nope. Mm-mm. I worked hard to get here. That's not allowed. Herbert Walker says, some people are addicted to cruising. It's crazy. Addicted to cruising, knowing it's a possibility that they could catch a virus and be stuck out, quarantined out in sea for 2 months. Hell no. Yellow J says, what's funny, the cruise prices aren't even reduced prices. I cruised in the Mediterranean in 2017 for cheaper than today's prices. Exactly. You know that, Yellow J. I know that, but not to people in debt. You got to remember, money doesn't even exist for people in debt. Do you think they care what the price of anything is? Nothing. Nothing is the price of what you see. Now, if I walked into a person and said, hey, man, I'm not going to pay $10,000 for a Gucci purse. A person in debt, you know what a person in debt would say to me? Oh, that's because you're broke. I would say, no, because I know a physical purse doesn't cost $10,000. That's why. It didn't cost $10,000 to make that purse. But if you believe it, you're going to pay for it. You give it, because once you buy a purse like that off the store, you're never, ever getting that money back, ever. That's never happening. You're never getting that back. You might not even get, you probably don't even have, you probably, if you sold it, you bought it for $10,000 and used it for a little while, and then a year later you say, I'm going to sell this purse. You probably get a quarter of the price. Maybe. Charles 2003 says, I know in Tallahassee yesterday, there were people protesting and the local government shut them down quickly. They put a curfew in place until Monday because of, and you know why the people cannot protest now? What they can constitutionally do? Because of the thieves, because of the vandals, because of the arsonists, because of those people. You guys forget, the people watching that happening to the city, they're calling them protesters. Everybody, look what the protesters are doing. Look what the protesters are doing. They're not distincting thieves from protesters. They're not splitting them apart. And like I said earlier, it's the young people, man. They're not even aware of the time, the year, the century that they live in. Once you come out of, listen, once you come out of Target rolling a TV with no mask on and somebody snaps a picture of you, that is it. Along with, I just thought of this, along with facial recognition software. Okay, you know how when you upload a picture to Facebook and the Facebook says, hey, you want me to tag this person, this person, this person? It identifies everybody in that picture. Oh, you don't think it works when they snap a picture of you coming out of Target with a TV? All somebody has to do is take that picture and upload it. It's going to find who that person is. Poor kids. Some of these kids are ruining their futures and they don't even know they're ruining it. Don't even know over a shirt, over a TV, a worthless TV. Reality Game Design says people paying $10,000 for purses made out of the same leather they used to make softballs at the ballpark with. Yes, but you know what Gucci did? Gucci made Prada. I'm just saying, all the high end. They made people believe that their stuff their stuff is worth that much money. Congratulations. I don't know how you did it, but congratulations. Congratulations. Herbert Walker says most people are content on riding the struggle bus and will never get off and will never get out of debt. That's true. But again, Herbert, it must be that way. The majority must remain blind in debt. They must remain that, or none of this will work. None of it. That's why what's going on right now, that has to stop. Right now, you let them be, let them do what they're doing. I feel sorry for the protesters, the legitimate protesters, that the thieves and the vandals are messing up their message, but that's what it is. Too bad. They're giving the president all he needs to declare martial law. Yep, I knew that was coming. Hey, that can't happen. That cannot happen. Yellow J says, speaking of a 10K purses, those in debt are selling them the real for far less on the real for far. You better believe it. We're in the middle pandemic. You think anybody's going to buy an expensive purse right now? No, sir. No, sir. Nicer says people are going live while snatching stuff out of the stores without paying, going live with it. With facial recognition software right now running, they're doing that with no masks. These young kids right now, you see them on TV. They act like they're doing something. Oh, yeah, this and that, and kicking windows and turning to the camera, jumping all up in front of the camera, throwing up signs. I'm like, you have no idea what you're doing, do you? You think you're going to be young forever. That's why you're doing that. You think you're going to be this age forever. That's why you're doing that. Until one day you grow out of it and you be like, oh, I'm ready to move on with my life. And then you're going to move into some kind of good position, whatever. And then facial recognition software is going to catch your picture rolling that TV out of Target years ago. You don't even have to have a record. You don't even have to have a record. All right, we got about 9 minutes. We're gonna go straight 3 hours, but we're definitely cutting off at 3 hours exactly. So we got about 9 minutes. You got any other questions? You guys can jump in at any time. And those of you that are members only, be looking out for the video tomorrow at 6 p.m. Monday, 6 p.m. What's that? June 1st? Wow, it's the 31st right now. So Monday, June 1st, be looking for it, okay? Jaws 2003 says, LJ, I remember you were speaking about the martial law. Why are you not looking past July? Because that's when extra unemployment money runs out. People's stimulus checks run out, right? That extra unemployment, that doesn't stop until July. Once that stops, that's why I'm not looking past July 31st. I'm not looking past that. Once that money stops, now what? Now, if nothing happens, put it this way. If that day comes and nothing has happened before that day comes, that's going to be a very big problem. Very big problem. Very big problem. I'm nervous about that one. That one makes me nervous. I ain't gonna lie. That one makes me nervous. Thank you, Nicer. Appreciate it. Had a lot on this topic. Yeah, it's happening right now. So I see why they would have this topic. This is a good topic. A Reality Game says there is a map right now of George Floyd. About 30 of the 50 states protest. Oh, there is a map right now. 30 of the 50 states protesting right now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure nationwide martial law is coming. It is. How you brought that up, Reality of Fitness? I didn't even put that into the equation. I didn't think, okay, how many states are protesting? So if 30 of the 50 states are protesting, that means it's now over 50%. We are now over 50% of the United States protesting. Now, here's the distinction. When I say over 50%, and when I say protesters, peaceful protesters, I need to find out in those states that are protesting, out of the states, are there peaceful protests? Obviously, there must be, right? But I'm not counting the states that are peacefully protesting. I'm not talking about them. If they're just holding signs, yelling, doing whatever they need to do to protest, that protesters do, yeah. But if they are all including the vandals, the thieves, the arsonists, which they believe in their mind, this is an opportune time to steal, beating up police, all ingredients for martial law. And nobody can say, why are you doing that? Nobody can say that. We got about 5 minutes. You guys got about 5 minutes. Any other questions? Any other questions? Got it. With rioting, Josh 2003 says, got it. With rioting, COVID, and hurricane season starting, I can see a lockdown coming. Yeah. Being on the East Coast, man, when I hear about hurricanes, I'll be like, damn, now, yeah, it's nice over here, but hurricanes are a possibility, Yellow J says, we had a protest last night in not sure it's Virginia. Manassas, Virginia. Cops hit in the head with bricks, and my Best Buy window was broken 2 hours after I was there yesterday on the Best Buy. Up the chain is looking at, oh man, your local police are not handling what's going on, because that's why there's a hierarchy. Everything, you guys got to understand something. Everything is put in place for a reason. Everything, okay, you guys are going to do this. If you can't handle it, we will. Local, federal, those are all hierarchies. You busting cops in the head now, because you got to remember how thieves and vandals think. Now, if the cops are afraid of them, now if the cops are not going to respond to whatever, they're just going to steal willingly. They're just going to walk up to places, bust the window, and walk in and steal and walk out, because if they know no cops are going to come to arrest them, what do you think is going to stop them? Yes, it will. They'll be stopped. Josh 2003 says, how long do you think the lockdown will last? I have no idea. I'm not looking past July 31st. Anything from me, anything past July 31st is a 100% prediction. I wouldn't even know. I'm just guessing, whatever. I'm just going by what I see. I only see the majority. What are the majority doing? The majority are on unemployment, living off that tax-free stimulus money, not tax-free, but unemployment money, stimulus money. What's going to happen when it runs out? The vandals and the thieves are already destroying the few jobs we have by burning down businesses. Then what? Reality Game says, can we just go back to 2019? No. Because a new economy had to be created out of this. The old economy structure cannot work. It's time. Time still plays a major, huge part, because everything evolves and becomes better and faster and whatever. It just evolves. It just does, right? So the old economic structure cannot work on a new economic structure. So it has to be created. This is how it's created. That whatever happened before 2020 economically, that's never coming back. That's gone forever. That's never coming back. The old way of doing things, that's done. That's done. So when you hear people say things like, oh man, I can't wait to get back to normal. What normal are you talking about? What, your normal? Whatever your normal was, that's done. Thank you, Random. Appreciate it. Josh 2003 says, if you have a sturdy home, then just stock up on water, gas supplies, and the generator, and you'll be fine. Right now in this economy, wherever you live, You're going to be fine. Nobody's going to kick you out. There's nobody around that's going to kick. Nobody's kicking you. Check this out. What's going on right now with these riots? Do you think they have time to do evictions? What you going to do? Call the sheriff to help you to do an eviction? No, you're not. If they keep going like this and the cops are afraid of people, you think if they're doing that to the police in the streets, you think they're going to accept police coming to their home, the sheriff to kick them out of their house? No. So don't worry about where you live. I feel sorry for landlords and people renting to other people. You're not getting any rent for a long time, and you're not getting rid of them out of your property. Sorry, that's not happening. That is not happening. What do you think? You think everybody with no jobs is just going to go to the street? No, they're not. No, they're not. They're not doing that. All right, that's the 3-hour mark. Thank you, everyone, for participating. Thank you very much, everyone. Another successful Q&A Sunday. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. And last, let me give you this. Here's my Cash App. Appreciate it. Here's my email, just in case if you want to ask me a question about my service. I only have one service. It fits everybody. Okay? Fits everybody. There's my website scrolling on the bottom there. All right. Let's see. Charles 2003 says, I'm glad I don't have to worry about the landlord. I have property. Good job. Yellow J says, my wife heard you say my name in the other video from yesterday, and I had to replay our HSA conversation for her about when I told you about the reasons for still contributing. Look forward to Monday. I know, man. That's what. Hey, Yellow. This is what Jay. Whatever, Jay. I'm gonna just say your name, right? Yellow Jay. That's what sparked me to do that, because I didn't think about it that way. I really didn't think about it that way. I'm like, wait a minute. That would be the smart way to pay off medical debt. That would be the very smart way to contribute through your HSA to pay off medical. I was like, damn, that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you. Appreciate it, Reality Gang. Jonathan, appreciate you guys all. Now, again, I will see you on the other side. If you guys want to join the members only group, go ahead. I still be talking in there. I'll be talking inside of the Discord server. Don't forget to join in there. It's not only me, it's other SMD family members. Happy to answer your questions in there. It's more than just about debt. There's other SMD family members telling you how to save money on things. We'll be talking about multiple things in there, just food growing. I mean, there's different sections in there. We talk about finance in the finance group. We talk about stuff in the miscellaneous group, et cetera, et cetera. Join that Discord server. You want to go into deeper conversations, see what I talk about in the videos in the members only group. Join the members only group. I put the link in the video already in the comment area. You want to do that. All links of everything I'm talking about is in the description of every single video I create. All right. All right. See you tomorrow, NC Biggs. See you later, Nicer. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Okay. All right. See you later.